and then the people start complaining, why aren't you live? Blah, 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 blah. I took a long weekend. I mean, the snow is so great. The late season conditions so good out in Colorado. Michelle and I just made a last-minute decision to go skiing and take advantage of some kick-ass snow in Vail, and that's what we did. And we put together a couple of great best-of shows. We bookended the weekend, Friday and then yesterday, because we had to travel back yesterday. And a bunch of people like, how dare you go? I mean, listen.
How dare you? How dare you?
How dare you take what do you have? How many weeks of vacation?
I get 6 weeks.
Yeah. So use it.
This is my 42nd year.
It's money.
I've had 6 weeks of vacation since like the late 90s in my contracts. And you know what? I'm going to take my 6 weeks of vacation. By the way, welcome to the MJ Morning Show. MJ with Froggy and Roxanne and Fester. And here
remember what you said a while back? Whoever gets here first.
Okay, so it's the MJ Morning Show with Roxanne, Froggy, and Fester. Because Roxanne, yes, you were the second one in right behind me this morning.
I have to say, if you're not going to be the first name, it's really best to be the last name.
I thought so too.
Yeah,
I know. I've actually thought that myself.
You're actually encouraging us to come in late to have the last billing.
Anyway, also, we did live shows on President's Day and MLK. So we did live shows, and I bank those days because then the company owes me a comp day because I worked 2 holidays with you guys, and though I just used those 2 days. I didn't even dip into my 6 weeks yet. I used Friday and Monday yesterday as a comp day because we already did 2 days that we had off as far as the corporate calendar goes.
Plus, we have really exciting news for people who are not that into Easter. We're working Good Friday.
We always do.
Yeah, I know.
I always work Good Friday.
Good Friday. Is that a company holiday around here?
I think it is.
I don't think it is.
I don't know. Is it? I don't know.
I don't know. Look up the email. They put out an email with the company holidays all the time.
So we're going to get into May, and you won't even have dipped. In fact, you might have one day up if we do have to work on Easter.
I might take.
Friday.
I did take a week off.
You took a week off for spring break.
I went to Scotland. Yeah.
You took a spring break.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
so I did dip into some of my time. I think so. I've like 5 weeks left. I think I might just take the entire month of August off or something.
That's a good month to take off.
That's what I'll do.
Maybe July.
No, because I take 2 weeks typically in the summer, and I take 2 weeks at Christmas time, and then I kind of float the rest and see where the time fits in.
I think last year we left a week on the table.
I don't know.
I think you left a week on the table last year.
Oh, you do? You think so?
You know.
I don't think that was the case. So anyway, listen, I created content while we were skiing. Did you see I posted the Gwyneth Paltrow reenactment?
Did you create content, or were you an absolute menace out there on the slopes?
I'm not a menace on the
stunts?
slopes. No, we did
Right,
that.
you get in trouble.
We did what?
You should have gotten in trouble for that. You could have caused a wreck with someone else.
Why? We did it. We did it at the end of the day. There was no one even on the slopes when we did that.
It was a reenactment, if anything, Roxanne. It wasn't a menace.
So it's there. The video is up. If you want to see the Gwyneth, by the way, Gwyneth Paltrow was found not liable in that whole deal.
And she handled it pretty classy. She walks up to the guy afterwards and says, "I wish you well."
Yeah.
And they ended on fairly.
I don't think they.
I don't know. I mean, she said, "I wish you well."
No. Did she hand them $1?
I mean, she would have gotten the $1 from him.
Oh, okay.
So if I were that guy, I would have had a crisp $1 bill just in my pocket just in case, and I would have handed it to her right then.
The dude out in Park City, the retired optometrist, whatever the hell he was, some kind of doctor, he lost. Gwyneth Paltrow won over the accusation of Gwyneth crashing into him, colliding into him on the slopes of Park City, Utah. So Gwyneth Paltrow was victorious. And Michelle and I, as I mentioned, we reenacted the whole stunt on the slopes of Vail over the weekend, and the video is up. Now, Andrew, you have it posted at mjmorningshow.com as well?
Not yet.
It's not yet. Okay.
It will be shortly.
All right, so it's on my Instagram right now. So if you want to see it, The video is on my Instagram, and that is at Certified MJ Radio. So my Instagram is at Certified MJ Radio. It's a 31-second clip, and we very accurately reenact the video of what happened on the slopes. So, I have the audio here. You want to hear the audio?
Yes.
Yeah, here's the audio. This is what it sounds like.
Oh, man, that's Gwyneth Paltrow. I need to get some goop. Gwyneth, I need some goop. Goop. Come on, Gwyneth. Slow down, Gwyneth. I need some goop. I'm going to slide right in between her skis over here. Oh, my God. Holy crap. Oh, gosh. Oh. Oh, Gwyneth, give me some goop. Give me some goop, Gwyneth.
So she
Wow, that's some acting right there.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Michelle did a good
good.
job.
Yeah, you stop spooning me. You crashed into me. You friggin' creep. It is perfect. It is absolutely.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to hold back a cough here.
The crash
Yeah.
sound effect was really good.
Oh yeah.
The first time you said goop, I thought you said poop, and then you clarified.
What do you
goop,
mean?
goop.
Hold on. I'll play it
Listen to
again. Hang on a
Listen
minute.
to it.
Oh, man, that's Gwyneth Paltrow. I need to get some goop. Gwyneth, I need some goop. Goop. Come on, Gwyneth. Slow down, Gwyneth. I need some goop.
Looking for some goop. So the video is a perfect reenactment. It's even better than what actually happened. So it's more accurate than what actually happened in the real incident. So we'll have it up in a bit on, Andrew, is it up on the website yet? All right, we'll have it up at mjmorningshow.com in just a bit. But if you want to see it, it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. If you're on IG, if you're on the IG, just search for Certified MJ Radio. If you follow me, you know where I am. If you don't follow me, Certified MJ Radio, and take a look at the ski reenactment of the Gwyneth Paltrow crash right now. And hey, while you're there, give me a follow, Certified MJ Radio. We are just getting rolling. We are back live on this Tuesday morning, 6:08 at the MJ Morning Show on Q105, and Pat's got traffic. Thank you, Pat.
Well, here we go. Earlier stuff we had all cleared up. Everything is
Has anyone else noticed this? You got the MJ Morning Show. It's Q105, MJ here. And Froggy, you left the studio. Roxanne, you left the studio. You know, I'm the only one that stays in here like every minute of every...
Wow.
Because you're perfect.
You want to cook?
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying that I don't leave this studio typically. You guys are meandering and wandering, typically during the whole morning show. And you guys left. So, Roxanne, you left, and Froggy, you left. Fester actually stayed during the last break. And Fester stood up, and I'm looking at Fester. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? Because our line of sight's not very good in here, and this is the worst radio studio that I've ever worked in my entire 40. The studio that I had at WCPK in Chesapeake, 1600 AM on your dial in 1982, and the station was built in 1967. That was actually a better studio. But so Fester stands up. I'm able to see Fester's face. I'm like, oh my God, guys, have you looked at Fester? Froggy, look.
We don't really make. Nobody makes that contact with each other because we can't see.
No.
Is it the beard?
Look at Fester. Look at him.
Okay, face me. Turn. Is that darker than it was
Oh
last
my,
week?
are you guys kidding me?
You dyed your beard?
What have you done? Dude,
You are so...
what
Oh
have
my
you
God.
done? That is ridiculous. Fester has this dark black beard.
I love it.
Oh my, what have you done?
Oh my God.
Hold on a second.
Yeah,
Hold on. I got to go through my. You guys keep talking. I'm gonna go through my archives here. I got to go through my sound effects archives, and I got to find something here quickly.
It's like you put chimney soot on it.
Yes, that's exactly what I did.
Oh my
God.
gosh,
Chimney
it's
soot.
so dark.
I took a bag of charcoal briquettes and I just kind of scrubbed
Dude.
it and scrubbed it and scrubbed it.
That is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Your beard is now jet black.
Yeah, it was more ridiculous the night I did it.
What have you
Look
done?
at it. It's
Did you
in
dip
there.
your beard in soy sauce?
No.
Yes.
Soy sauce is brown. What are you talking
Well,
about?
black soy sauce.
I had an octopi squirt on me.
Dude. I mean, look how gray mine is now compared to yours.
Look how old you look.
That is Fester. It looks ridiculous.
Fester, what are you doing?
Here's what Fester did. Listen to this.
You look so natural, no one can tell. Just for men gel.
No, I can't tell. I can't tell. Your beard is like you took a black Sharpie and you...
Yeah, that's what it is. A black Sharpie.
Dude.
Huh? A black Sharpie.
Why did you do that? Why did you put... Is that just for men?
Just for men gel.
It really is?
Yes.
So my jingle's accurate?
Yes.
You look so natural, no one can tell. Just for men gel.
No, I can tell.
We can tell.
I can
because
tell.
you saw me on Thursday.
It's a ridiculous fake jet black now.
Oh, yeah.
It's
All right,
like
I gotta
so
take a
black
picture
it's
of this.
blue.
It's
Why? You're not self-conscious. You don't care about what people think. Why
So,
would you do that? Did your wife make you?
Yeah, it was Allison bought
Stand up.
Listen,
Stand up with your microphone.
There's no secret.
I got to zoom in on this.
Yeah, it's no secret.
Oh, my God. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, take a good picture.
I am. I'm taking a... Just stand still. I'm trying to take a picture.
Oh, it's really dark.
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
All right.
It's like the darkest
Got a
color
picture.
they had.
It's like it is very chimney sooty.
Yeah, it's like they had like brown, then dark, then black, and then they had like the soul of Satan, and we went with that color.
Hold on. It's so black. Your beard is so jet black now. It looks like the beard is fake.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like the hair. It seriously. It looks like you got like a fake press on, like black hair.
beard.
It is. It's a costume
Yeah,
beard.
yeah.
Why are you happy about this?
So first of all, if I grew a beard before my gray days, this is the color it would have been. I have black hair. My hair is black.
But we're in your gray days now.
Now
so.
I'm in my gray. I'm well into my gray days.
And now it looks ridiculous. It looks unnatural. It looks so natural no one can tell. No! It looks so natural no one can tell. Hey, listen, Jingle Singer, you can go to hell.
Dude.
Hey, I'm going to add that line. Hang on a minute.
You look so natural, no one can tell. Just for men gel.
And you, Jingle Singer, can go to hell.
How old is that jingle?
It's probably the 1990s.
Thank God. No, it looks good. It went on. You know what?
Your wife thinks that looks good?
So
Did you scare your kids with that thing?
they were horrified.
Oh, I'm sure
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were.
So you brush it in, and then you have to wait 5 minutes.
5 minutes looks like you waited 5 hours.
And then you shower it out. No, it's just 5 minutes.
But you know what? I bet when you brushed it in, like on your cheeks, was it all black, like paint?
No. If you do it in 5 minutes, it's not. If you fall asleep and go back in 4 hours, then it dyes your skin.
I'm going to tell a funny story.
Okay.
Do you remember the Just for Men beard deal with BJ out in Las Vegas?
It sounds familiar.
I don't know if I've ever told the story on the air. I might have, but we were at the Radio Music Awards. So this was an ABC thing, and it was another award show that was on for, I don't know, maybe 3 seasons or so. It was another award, another worthless, meaningless award show.
Terrible award.
It was not a good award show. I mean, listen, for music, you've got the American Music Awards, you get the Grammys, which really is the gold standard. When it comes down to it, the only music award show that matters, it's the Grammys.
Yeah.
That's it. But you had, the American Music Awards, and then there was a creation just to, come up with revenue, and it was a show called the Radio Music Awards. And BJ, back during the MJ and BJ show, there was I guess it was in Vegas, and we were invited out to present. So it was the Radio Music Awards presented by radio stations across America, and I don't know how they came up with who the hell gets the award, but they flew me and BJ out. So the MJ and BJ show, and this was on ABC television. This was on like ABC, like on a Saturday night. Live from Vegas. I think it was from the MGM or something.
Yeah, we all went.
The whole show went out.
It was a great trip to Vegas.
And BJ and I were on stage on ABC Network, and we were presenting an award. Was that the flow? Who'd we?
Nelly.
Was it Nelly?
No, it was Cisco.
Cisco.
Nelly wasn't even
Yeah,
around
no,
back
Cisco-
then.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It was
We
a
were-
thong song guy.
We were presenting a song. Exactly. We were presenting an award to Nelly for, I don't know, the greatest summertime radio hit.
Cisco.
I think it was Cisco.
What
Cisco.
did I
You
say?
said Nelly.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to confuse Nelly and
you
Cisco.
threw Nelly into my head.
I'm sure
So
I'm not the first
it
person
was-
to confuse those
It
two.
was Cisco, who I don't know what the hell he does these days. Oh, he now makes, I think, computer networking products,
Yeah,
right?
he does.
Is that right? That's what he does?
He's done
doing
just
really good.
fine for himself.
Yeah, different spelling. So we're presenting, BJ and I were on stage, and prior to the award show, BJ, I guess, wanted to get the gray out of his beard, and BJ used Just for Men gel to make his goatee and mustache darker instead of having gray. So this is, I think hours prior to the show, and I go to BJ's hotel room, and the Just for Men gel, the dark coloring, was smeared all over the walls. What happened? The hotel room was ruined. There was, I don't know what the hell happened, but there was Just for Men gel from BJ's beard all over, like the door frame, the door, all over the wallpaper. And I'm telling you,
That's inexplicable.
the room was ruined. It looked like he took the product and painted it on the walls. It was smeared. There were streaks everywhere. I'm like, dude, what have you done? And he didn't have an explanation. But it was
So weird.
when he relinquished that room, when he checked out, and then like the housekeeping came in, when the maid service came in, they were probably like, oh my God. They probably had to call down to like engineering. They had to call down to their management to come up. I'm guessing they did not re-rent that room until they fixed it.
I mean,
because
yeah.
there were smears of black dye all over the entire hotel room in Las Vegas.
He was frustrated putting it on, maybe?
And I still don't have an explanation on why it was all over the place. It was almost like he got it all over his hand. Did they give you gloves? Does it come with like little latex gloves in there?
I don't know. I didn't apply it. It came with like a little brush.
What do you mean you didn't apply it?
Well, my wife applied it. I leaned back and she brushed it in.
Oh, Allison did that to you?
This is her
Oh
idea.
my
This is her
God.
idea. This is her
What?
idea.
Did she have gloves on when she did it? Do you recall?
I don't think she had gloves
I
on.
just asked that
Yeah.
question.
Yeah,
No,
I
he
don't,
didn't,
I don't
he
think
didn't
it came
answer.
with.
He doesn't know.
I don't know if it came with gloves. I don't know if I don't think she had gloves on. It comes like a little toothbrush for people with one tooth.
So BJ had it all over his hands and then touched the walls and the door. And there was, I'm telling you, more product was all over the hotel room walls than was in his beard.
Did he just panic? Like, get me
I
out
don't
of
know.
here.
Nah.
Get me out of here. Like he was miming and touching the doors.
I do not know what the hell happened. I have no clue whatsoever. But that's my Just for Men story with BJ from the MJ Morning Show. And now Fester comes in with this ridiculously jet black, totally unnatural looking beard, which is completely hysterical.
You look so natural, no one can tell. Just for men gel.
No, you don't look very natural, man.
They call this color Billy Mays black.
It looks like you dipped your face in like road tar.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, like a road crew came by my street and I just said, "Hold on, boys," and I dipped my face right into the vat of asphalt.
Man, it's so dark.
I'm telling you. Did I take a picture? I did. I took a picture.
This stuff works.
I got to post this damn thing.
Hey, tag me on Instagram at Fester Sucks.
I love it when
that's
people
right.
do that.
That's right. Your new his new
ID.
Instagram handle is Fester Sucks. You didn't know that?
Oh, yeah, I knew
Oh,
that, but
okay.
I think
All
it's,
Listen,
you're just so cool that you suck.
I do suck.
So March Madness is over. What, UConn won last night? Is that it?
They
oh,
did.
no more Merch Madness either.
No, actually, we've got a couple more things to open up. Yeah, boxes are still arriving from Merch
So
Madness.
a couple of people told me, "I'm mailing something to Merch Madness." I'm like, you might want to hurry up. I mean, we didn't have the best experience last time. I don't know how much longer this is going to go.
So how did the national championship game? How did that get so lopsided?
Because it was the Huskies against the Aztecs, and the Huskies are a better mascot.
Probably.
Who is it that likes who picks their games by mascots? I know Froggy does. Doesn't Michelle do that as well?
I've never heard that.
I usually pick them by what mascot would kill the other mascot
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
wild.
yeah.
That's
So-
the Froggy deal.
Yeah,
If you had a husky, which is a winter dog,
Yeah.
right, against
A Siberian Husky.
yeah.
Is that what
With
the
pretty blue
Yukon?
eyes.
Is that what Yukon is named after? A Siberian Husky?
they're the
Yeah,
huskies.
I don't know.
A sleigh dog.
A sleigh dog,
Hang
right?
on, let's not disseminate false information. Someone look
No,
it
it's
up.
definitely named after the sleigh dog.
The team is called the Huskies.
Oh, the logo is an actual dog.
Okay,
I'm
yes.
sorry. I'm not a huge college basketball fan.
We're not arguing what the logo
Okay.
of or the mascot for University of Connecticut is. It's the
So
Huskies.
what's San Diego State's?
Aztecs, which is kind of controversial because
Oh no,
Yeah.
you can't have Indian stuff anymore.
They have the blessing of the Aztecs.
Okay, that's
do
fantastic.
they?
Nah, they've been
Yeah,
out
so
for 5
UConn beats San Diego State 76-59. That is ridiculously lopsided.
Yeah.
It's kind of a low-scoring game, isn't it?
They were crushed.
Isn't it like
Yeah.
120 to something?
No, that's
usually?
that's NBA. That's not college basketball.
College is less. It's
Yeah,
much
really?
less.
College is a lot less than NBA games.
So San Diego State had a great game on Saturday when they beat Florida Atlantic by like the last second.
At the buzzer.
1 point.
I did see the clip on that.
So they spent their whole
Yeah, I wasn't glued to the TV set this weekend. I was glued to the ski slopes out in Vail all weekend long.
So-
But I did see the clip of the buzzer beater for the win.
I was hoping for an all Florida final, and then I might have cared a little
Well,
bit.
like Florida Atlantic and the Miami Hurricanes,
That-
we were hoping for.
As soon as I said, gosh, I sure would like to see a Florida final, I was like, I should bet the exact opposite because that's exactly what happened.
You jinxed
San
them.
Diego State won, Connecticut won, and then Connecticut just killed them in the finals. last
Well,
night.
March Madness is over. I'm always happy when it's done. It just, because it wrecks the TV schedule. I don't know. It just,
I'm always happy with it.
So you're happy when it's April.
6:32 at the MJ. Well, yeah. And if it's March Madness, why are they doing it in April? Shouldn't you get all the March Madness crap out of the way in March?
I remember when CSI was a thing for us and we'd watch it every
Yeah.
Thursday, and MJ would come in pissed. Oh, that damn March Madness. It ruined my CSI. It won't be on for another month.
I never really watched CSI.
Oh, you loved it.
Oh, CSI
right.
Vegas first couple of years?
6:32 at the MJ Morning Show. Just getting rolling here. Yeah, we're live. We're back from a little long weekend here on the MJ broadcast. Our early morons of the news, pretty spectacular pile. We'll get to that next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hey. griping and you're like directing your anger at Fester?
Fester and Zoom, but I mean, Fester is just, he illustrated the problem to me yesterday. I've always.
You didn't notice that beard? If you were on a Zoom call.
No,
first of all,
he didn't show his face.
Yeah, so hold on. So there's a little backstory. We have this company mandated meeting we have to attend at like 11 a.m. on Monday, every other Monday. So it's a bunch of radio employees from around our company on one call.
Okay.
And some people like me, I'm on the call, but I keep my camera off.
Okay, let me interrupt. They've sent out emails requesting that we put our cameras on.
Yeah, okay. It's just a request.
What is this meeting? If it's so mandatory, I'm never on this meeting.
Yeah, well,
Okay, that's.
yeah.
Don't worry about it.
It's a thing. So I'm on this call, and I have to admit, the content of this call.
Nobody said anything to me about not being on this mandatory call.
They will. Okay.
What the hell's it about? I don't even know what is it?
It was about how to tag your story. It's about how to do web posts.
So listen.
Okay. Yeah, Frog.
Oh, I'm just laughing at
Why are you pushing your mic on?
I
and
thought
off
you
of
had
it?
it off, and right when you put it on, I turned it. You messed it up.
You both did the same button at the same time. So listen, the content of the call was amongst the most boring stuff I've ever been on in my life.
Okay.
But that aside, you can. I've really never been on Zoom calls before, so this is a real novelty for me. And you can click on everybody's picture. So I'm looking at everybody in the call, right? And there's like 150 of our coworkers throughout the company, and about half of them had their cameras on. So I can just click through the cameras and look at my coworkers just sitting there at their desk, drooling or looking off to the side.
Okay.
Right? And then I see Roxanne Wilder is on the call. So I touch her picture, and it gives me an option. Would you like to pin this picture? And I was like, what does that mean? Yes. And suddenly, Roxanne's picture is the only thing I see on this entire conference call. So I'm like, this is great. I'm just watching Roxanne just look off to the side.
Does Roxanne know that you've pinned this?
No, I have no idea. But he starts texting me screenshots of myself.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're a terrible camera woman.
I was like, look at that. I said, look at the camera. Look up, smile for. There you go. Here's Roxanne just in the call. It took up my whole phone screen. Whatever the.
How long is this Zoom call you got to be
like
on?
45 minutes, but that is my point.
45 minutes for what?
Yeah, but it makes you. I never knew why a Zoom made me self-conscious. This is why, because of the Festers. Fester is my friend, kind of. But like, how many other people are out there pinning people that don't want to be pinned and don't want to be stared at under a microscope while you're on a Zoom call? I would rather sit here in front of MJTV all day and put on makeup, make weird makeup faces, shove food in my face, and have people ridicule that than I would be on a Zoom call and have the private person like Fester analyzing what I'm doing. It's invasive.
Shut the camera off.
They ask you to keep it on, so it's following instructions.
They ask you. Listen,
I mean,
I'm not even on the damn call. Even if you're, at least you're on the call. Just shut your thing off.
Yeah.
Yeah, shut your camera off is what you ought to do.
When was this?
It might have been yesterday.
Oh, Froggy, you weren't on the mandatory call?
No, I got real business to attend to.
No kidding.
I texted you guys.
Thank
to
you.
Remind you.
And then you found out that Fester was screenshotting you.
Because after like the first,
Where did you put the screenshots?
So I just sent it to Roxanne.
Oh, so you didn't post them
No, I
anywhere.
didn't post them anywhere.
You just sent them to Roxanne saying, hey, you're like a stalker. You're like a creep.
Yeah, Zoom,
You're all creeping on her.
You don't know who else is doing that. There are 100 people on the call, you know.
So the other side of it is everybody's doing it. You know when you enter the call, everybody's doing it.
Hey, guess what? You probably have some like midday dude at a Beasley station in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Bob in Phoenix from WZYX.
Well, I don't think the company has any stations in Phoenix.
Okay.
That's why I said Las Vegas.
Yeah.
All right. So some dude from Vegas screenshotted you, and now he's got you like taped to the wall in his bedroom.
Oh.
How about that, Roxanne?
I mean, it's less about the stalker vibe and more just about being under a microscope. I would rather sit in a conference room here and watch a screen than have someone staring at me while I'm taking all that in.
The
I
whole
don't like
Zoom
it.
thing, it's kind of simmered down a little bit. Now, of course, there's still conference calls and there's Zoom meetings. Absolutely. But it's not like during the height of the pandemic where Zooms were, everyone was Zooming. Even classes were on at school. Third graders were like in class via Zoom. Zoom is still obviously a viable thing, but it's not as much as what happened during the pandemic.
Right.
I think like the stock for Zoom even went down quite significantly after the pandemic, if I'm not mistaken. All right, early morons in the news. So, Fester, that is creepy.
Listen,
For you to like take screenshots of her and then send them to her?
okay,
Well,
first of all,
during
That's
the
like
meeting,
first.
and then
That's
hold on.
first class, like Robin Williams,
All right.
the film developer. What was the name of that movie? Froggy?
1 hour photo. Guy, the photo
yes.
guy.
You're like 1 hour photo stalking on Roxanne.
all right, it's a little bit much there, Fantasy Island.
Fantasy Island.
Because there's no.
What is Fantasy Island?
You're creeping on. Listen, you're making.
Hold on, explain. What does Fantasy Island mean?
There's no nothing.
Oh,
lewd about
why'd
this.
you say Fantasy
Is there
Island?
a midget screaming to plane?
Well, it could be.
Hold on. Why did you say Fantasy Island?
Because you're making it sound just like some. Oh, it's so creepy. Oh, you're having some Roxanne.
I don't know what that has to do with Fantasy Island.
Listen.
Anyway,
Anyway,
early morons in the news. What if you're the only one that does that, Fester? Creep on women with screenshots on Zoom.
now you're making it really awkward. Jeez.
Well,
I'm busting Roxanne's chops of all the people singing, "Hey, is this meeting riveting?" Ha ha ha.
what you did was, I think, pretty awkward.
Whatever.
All right,
Yeah.
early morons in the news. Hey, if you are having an issue inside one of those laundromats, and I'm not talking about putting a little guy inside the dryer like
What day is today?
today's Tuesday.
What day? What number?
Ooh, we're getting
Today
close.
is April the 4th.
Ooh.
This is April 4th.
11 days.
Oh,
Oh. 11 days.
Really?
I think so. I got to check. Do I still have it?
man, we have to have you.
Oh.
We gotta have you and Shorty Shane show back up at the laundromat on 4th Street the day that the trespass warning expires.
Oh, I got to find. Do I still have it? Oh, I hope I still have it.
Dude,
Oh,
I
you
hope you
better.
have it.
I hope I have it.
Well, Shorty Shane has it.
Okay.
I know he has.
He keeps all his legal documents.
Oh, man. Shorty Shane. I might make you note here. Fester Laundromat. Of course, Fester and Shorty Shane, they were issued trespass warrants or warnings from the laundromat on 4th after we tried to do the reenactment of throwing the little kid inside the dryer. And, of course, that ended up with a big kerfuffle. The police, St. Pete police were there, and you guys were issued trespass warnings, and you're not allowed to go there for a year. And the minute that expires, we got to have you and Shorty Shane there
Gotta go back.
and with the video crew to get you in the laundry. Just walk around and just say, hey, year's up.
We should invite all of our listeners to come
We're
down.
back. And then throw them back in the dryer.
Yeah, right in front of everybody.
Hey, listen, speaking of that, does Buck still have that video?
I don't know. I mean, Buck has more answers and excuses than.
We have a whole management change here. So nobody knows what transpired. We ought to put that video up after the 1-year anniversary, the lost footage. We got to post that. Hey, when Buck gets in this morning, I need you to grab him, okay? Hey, Andrew, what time does Buck, the video guy, usually get in?
It varies.
I mean, yeah, usually by 8:30, 9 o'clock, he's in the office. I mean, as soon as I see him, I'll let you guys talk to each other. But I think I've asked him about it before, and he came up with some sketchy excuse.
The story was a babysitter put like a 3-year-old kid inside a dryer. And we reenacted the deal by going to a laundromat right down here on 4th Street. And once you guys did it and video was rolling, the manager went freaking ballistic. And it ended up with an incident where the manager was like blocking Shorty Shane from leaving the parking lot, and that's actually technically false imprisonment. Anyway, the police arrive. It's a whole situation. Cop even told the laundromat manager that what you did is far worse than Fester throwing Shorty Shane into the dryer at the laundromat right down the street here. So it turned into a whole thing. Our general manager at the time had to go down there and then said, yes, we won't post the video. But he's gone now.
Yeah, he sure is.
He's moved on. So as far as I'm concerned, that video is fair game. And now we find out that Fester reminds me that the trespass warning, that expires as well.
Yes, sometime this month. I think it's the 15th.
The reason why, well, don't think, we got to know, but Shorty Shane has the paperwork. He even mentioned to me, like, I don't know, a couple of months ago, he said that he still had the trespass warning paperwork from St. Pete Police. So absolutely, we've got to be there on the anniversary day. In fact, you know what? I'm going to call Shorty Shane later today. Let me make a note here. Call Shorty Shane. All right, we'll buzz him up later on. The reason why I'm bringing up laundromats here is because an Indianapolis man is in jail accused of shooting a complete stranger inside a laundromat. The shooting took place on Sunday afternoon at a coin-operated laundromat. The victim had his hip shattered after being shot by another customer. According to court records, multiple eyewitnesses cooperated with the police to help identify the accused shooter. The witnesses told police the suspect simply got mad because people were in his way doing laundry. So this dude's trying to do his laundry. He thinks other people are getting in his way, so what does he do? He whips out a gun and shoots a guy in the hip inside the laundromat. What the hell? Police later interviewed the victim, who survived, at the local St. Vincent Hospital. He told detectives he was just doing his laundry when he was shot by a guy that he'd never seen before. The victim said the whole situation was crazy, should not have happened. He was just there doing his laundry. This is one of these cases that was an extreme senseless shooting, said an officer with the Indianapolis police. The police praised several witnesses for helping them locate 54-year-old John Walker. One witness told police after shooting the victim, Walker calmly took his laundry out of the dryer, then walked to the parking lot, tossed the handgun underneath a car, where it was later recovered by the police. My God. According to the affidavit, a second witness told police she saw the suspect because, and recognized the suspect because they had been friends prior. She gave police his name and admitted that he had a short temper. Oh, I'd say.
Yeah.
A third witness, who was also inside doing laundry at the time, claimed the victim didn't do anything to intentionally irritate the suspect. Wrote down the license plate number also of the car that the suspect drove away in.
So not only does this guy have a short temper, he also has wrinkled clothes because he didn't stop to fold. He took it straight out of the dryer and threw it in the back of his car.
This is insane. He thought people were getting in the way of it at the laundromat, so he whips out a gun and shoots a guy in the hip? Well, that's why we call it morons in the news, folks.
Wouldn't it be ironic if he gets, like, laundromat service at the prison?
That would be ironic.
Don't you think?
I mean,
He's running the prison laundry.
Yeah. Or just turns to a life of crime in general and starts laundering money.
Ooh, wait.
He's arrested now.
Yeah.
Once he's out.
Let's just stop with the laundry.
I like that one, Roxanne. That was really good.
Let's just stop with the laundry jokes.
All right.
Yeah, but it just shows that you got to be careful, folks. You could be doing the most mundane, basic thing, and you could come across some human psychopath like this dude. I mean, you never know. That's why you got to be careful. Don't get into road rage deals. It's just not worth it. Just don't get into altercations with anybody these days. That's the bottom line. All right, I still have more morons in the news. We're going to do a chunk 2 in just a matter of minutes. Why are you making a face over there?
I have a gun question for you.
Oh, geez. All right, hold on to that thought.
Okay.
Hang on to that thought. I'll try to give you an answer. All right, stand by. We're back in minutes on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. live. It is 7:01 on a Tuesday morning. Feels like a Monday to me because we were not here live yesterday. Michelle and I took a little bit of a long weekend to take advantage of some amazing late season snow. So we went to Vail for a nice little 4-day weekend. We took off Friday. Then, of course, we had Saturday, Sunday. And then yesterday was our travel day back. But I wasn't just slacking. We were creating content. And as I said late last week, we were going to reenact the Gwyneth Paltrow ski slope situation with the big lawsuit that captured national attention. So we did reenact. Hang on, I'll get to that in a second. Oh, and if you're going to tune out quickly, it's on my Instagram. I'll get into more details in a second. We've posted the video. It's only a 31-second reenactment. So if you go to MJ Morning Show's, oh, is it up? Is it on our website as well? Is it posted now? All right, so 2 ways to see this. You can go to the MJ Morning Show website, mjmorningshow.com, and is it a main post, Andrew? What's the turn your mic on in there. What's the headline that people should be looking for?
MJ reenacts Gwyneth Paltrow skiing incident.
Okay, that's pretty crystal clear.
Really? I mean, a little wordy, but I guess you needed them all.
No, it's perfect. All right, so the video is posted on our website, mjmorningshow.com, and it's also on my Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, it's at Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ. You know what? Let's just talk about it now. I'll do the Apple AirTag story here in just a second. So Gwyneth Paltrow was victorious. I got a whole bunch of stories here. Gwyneth Paltrow whispered to the plaintiff after her court victory. What did she say? She said, like, I wish you well or something.
Yeah.
This is to the, what was the dude, 76? This dude Sanderson that said that Gwyneth Paltrow slammed into him on the ski slopes. And Gwyneth Paltrow said, no, this guy slammed into me. So as a whole, he said, she said, and Gwyneth Paltrow was victorious here in this case. The dude was suing Gwyneth Paltrow for like $1 million. And the doctor, he lost the ski crash suit. Now he could end up owing Gwyneth Paltrow up to $1 million in legal fees.
Ooh.
So yeah, you never think about that. I mean, is he responsible now for her fees?
That depends. It depends on statutes and states and the different rules and laws, etc.
Big gamble.
Man that sued Gwyneth Paltrow says that ski crash case was not worth it. The retired dude, the retired optometrist who unsuccessfully sued Gwyneth Paltrow over this 2016 Utah ski crash, said filing the lawsuit was simply not worth it. Terry Sanderson, 76, said he shouldn't have bothered pursuing legal action against the Goop founder, telling reporters outside the courtroom that he was very disappointed to lose the case. When asked if it was worth it to go ahead with the lawsuit, Sanderson could owe her up to $1 million in legal fees. He said with a clear cut, absolutely not. When he was asked, was it worth it?
Yeah. When did he realize this? Did anybody sit him down and say, hey, listen, Dad, maybe we shouldn't sue this A-list Hollywood actress for a he said, she said incident? Nobody counseled this guy?
Now, he filed the lawsuit. He lost to Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow maintained her innocence. I mean, it was two different opposite ends of the spectrum here. You had two different sides of the story. I mean, completely polar opposites here. So, as I said, with our little long ski weekend that we just took in Vail, and the late season conditions were just fantastic, just superb. And it was even like 40 degrees on Saturday and Sunday. Opened up all the vents on my jacket. It was just fantastic. I skiing like 35 and 38,000 vertical feet. So, I mean, just a strong, strong weekend. But, again, we weren't just slacking. We were creating content. And as I promised, Michelle and I, we recreated the Gwyneth Paltrow ski slope incident. And the 31-second video is up on my Instagram. If you go to Certified MJ Radio, that's my personal Instagram. That's Certified MJ Radio. It is the first item, and you can see Michelle's back. Oh, I'm sorry. You can see Gwyneth Paltrow's back. because Michelle plays the part of Gwyneth Paltrow, and I play the part of Dr. Sanderson. So I crash into Gwyneth. So we reenacted the video. It's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and it's also posted on mjmorningshow.com. So if you're not on Instagram, you can just go to mjmorningshow.com and look for the Gwyneth Paltrow video headline. Click on that, and then you can watch the video from there as well. And I've got the audio. Yes.
Michelle's acting was quite good.
Yeah, it was better than yours.
Yeah. All right, so here it is. Listen to this. This is the actual audio from the video.
Oh, man, that's Gwyneth Paltrow. I need to get some goop. Gwyneth, I need some goop. Goop. Come on, Gwyneth. Slow down, Gwyneth. I need some goop. I'm going to slide right in between her skis over here. Oh, my God. Holy crap. Oh, gosh. Oh. Gwyneth, give me some goop. Give me some goop, Gwyneth.
So she says, you crashed into me, you friggin' creep. Stop spooning me. Wow. Well, keep in mind, it was reported that the dude got behind Gwyneth Paltrow. This was Gwyneth Paltrow's case in her defense. She said the guy skied right between her legs and put his skis between her. She thought she was being assaulted. So we reenacted it based on that testimony. And again, this is just an unbelievable. You've seen reenactments on television, like the true crime stories. And everything. Oh, folks, there's nothing like this. This is the best reenactment ever. This is hands down the best I think you've ever seen. So again, it's up at mjmorningshow.com. Just look for the Gwyneth Paltrow ski video reenactment headline. Or if you're on Instagram, go to Certified MJ Radio, my personal account, Certified MJ Radio, and it is the first video item on my IG, Certified MJ Radio. And if you're on IG, you don't follow me, give me a follow. Because it's quality reenactments like this this is going to entertain you. My content, it's this type of quality that's going to keep you coming back for more. Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. Give me a follow and take a look at this masterpiece.
I certainly don't know anyone who's tried to, on purpose, ski into a spoon. This is the first time this has been done, I would imagine. Was it fun?
Maybe this will be the video that'll get you certified finally.
Yeah.
Right. Who knows?
Oh, dude, you see what's going on with that? Listen, I am not going to be.
I've seen it.
I'm not going to be. Okay, Froggy, explain what's going on Instagram.
Well, I've noticed a bunch of my friends who were like, real estate agents and not public figures. They have like 900 followers.
And suddenly?
Certified.
Suddenly a blue badge on Instagram. You want to know why?
I'm like, how are you certified?
Instagram just followed suit with Twitter, and now anyone can buy a blue badge.
Did you know that, Fess?
No.
You could be certified.
It just started. I'm not buying a blue badge.
It started like last Tuesday.
Are they still giving them out to people who deserve them?
Dude, go down your list and look how many of your friends are certified now that probably shouldn't be.
So now the Instagram blue badge is worthless.
It really is if you think about it.
Exactly. Well, it's like on Twitter that any Yahoo could spend $8 a month and get. So you have all kinds of like wackos. You got people with 32 followers that are now verified, and I'm not paying. I'm not paying Elon Musk $8 for my legacy verification on Twitter. I've been verified on Twitter since 2011. I joined in 2011, and then within a couple of months, the verification badge just showed up because I was MJ. I did my afternoon show. I did the morning show, and I got verified because I'm a notable broadcaster when it comes to radio broadcasting in the United States of America. So now, if I don't pay $8 a month, allegedly they're going to take my verification badge away. And, well, then fine, take it away. I'm not paying Elon Musk $8 to keep. My ego's not that big. Take my freaking badge away. And then on Instagram, now they're selling blue badges. They're worthless now. The reason to have a blue badge is to know that somebody of note is not being impersonated. Right. That's why you have a blue badge. So I'm going to tell you right now, I am not paying for it. In fact, look at my profile. First of all, it says MJ, and my occupation is radiologist, which is true.
Wow.
I guess that would be true.
It is true. Who says that a radiologist has to be like a medical doctor? I'm a radio, and I'm a specialist. I'm an ologist. So I'm a radiologist. And then it says, personal account of MJ from the legendary MJ Morning Show Daily on Q105 Tampa Bay, 104.7 FM. And then it says, I don't choose to pay for a verification badge. I just added that over the weekend when they started selling these damn things.
That's funny.
So it says, I'm not paying for a blue badge.
How does your brother feel about you using the term radiologist to describe yourself without a real medical degree?
Well, my brother's not a radiologist. My brother's just a surgeon.
He's not that offended.
He's an MD.
Well, because that's accurate. I'm a radiologist. I'm a radio specialist. I'm a radiologist. So that's, it used to say broadcaster or broad.
Why don't you do broadcastologist?
No, because I'm a radiologist. This is a radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there like a radiologist, proctologist combo job that you could kind of describe for
I'm
yourself?
very comfortable. I'm very, very comfortable with radiologist. Just thought I'd point that out. All right, so the ski video, the reenactment of the Gwyneth Paltrow crash with Michelle and me. I crash into her. She goes down in the snow. You got to see the video. It's at Certified MJ Radio on Instagram, or go to mjmorningshow.com and look for the headline, and it's posted there as well. All right, I didn't get to the Apple tags. I got to do the AirTag story. So AirTags, they can be a really good thing. But you got to be really, really careful that you don't abuse what the Apple AirTag can offer. Now, if you have an AirTag in something like luggage, you can track a lost item and know where the hell it is. Well, a guy in Texas used an Apple AirTag to track down the person who stole his truck. But once you track down the person that stole the truck, tell the police. Let the police make the contact. Police in San Antonio, Texas said a man killed another man who allegedly stole his truck after tracking down the thief with an Apple AirTag. Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know, sure, the thief who stole the truck could be in some serious trouble, Grand Theft Auto, but you're going to be charged with murder now. So now you've committed a far worse crime than the guy that stole your truck.
The thief wasn't going to get the death penalty for that.
If you just read the details of this story and asked me to guess where it happened, I probably would have guessed Texas.
Well, that's what I said. I said San Antonio. The San Antonio Police Department said the incident happened on their, on Wednesday on the southeast side at a shopping center. According to KHOU television, the truck's owner used the Apple AirTag tracking device to see where the truck was located. Officials said that they received a stolen vehicle report around 1 p.m. on Wednesday out of a home in North San Antonio. Police said the truck's owner used the AirTag to track the vehicle nearly 20 miles away from where it was stolen. The alleged thief wasn't aware the vehicle was being tracked. Authorities found several bullet casings and 2 cars with their windows shot out. Officials are determining if the suspect will be charged in the fatal shooting. How could they not?
This is Texas. Come on.
Unless the car thief threatened him, maybe held a gun at him. Again, I don't have all the details yet with the reporting that's out there. But Officer Nick Solis with the San Antonio Police Department said that people shouldn't take matters into their own hands if their car's stolen. That's good advice. It's call the police. Let the police handle this.
Yeah, you would think that while he was in pursuit of this guy and then pulling his gun out, some point his brain would click and say, wait, I'm taking the law into my own hands. I don't think I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah. Bottom line is, if you're using an AirTag, if a felony's been committed, if your property's been stolen, call authorities. So this dude this guy could face the death penalty, seriously. In Texas?
No, in Texas, they're going to make him lieutenant governor. I mean, seriously, this is Texas. Come on, man.
You know, that's quite possibly the case.
I mean, this didn't happen in Massachusetts or New York or something, or some weird gun state. This happened in Texas.
He's going to get a Citizen's Arrest Award.
Hey, speaking of my gun question.
Yeah.
Do I need a permit now to carry a gun?
Starting
today or never?
It's July 1st.
So July 1.
Hang on. You know what? Hang on a minute. I'll give you the answer to that when we get back.
Are concealed weapon permits now just,
Well, you're able to conceal carry without a permit beginning July 1st. So not yet. Hang on. You know what? Let me give you
that was my gun question.
I'll give you the full details when we get back. Hold on. We're back in minutes. We start the long chunk, an hour and 20 minutes nonstop MJ Morning Show next here on Q105. Live, 7:25 here on a Tuesday. The MJ Morning Show back live. If you notice, we had a best of on Friday and yesterday. Well, you were correct because Michelle and I took a quick little extended weekend to do a little bit of skiing because the snow is still so freaking amazing out west. So, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you were a couple of people like, hey, MJ, where are you? You take too many days off. I'm sorry. Hey, we worked on President's Day, and we did a live show also on MLK's, Observation Day. So I took 2 banked holiday days that we worked and made a long weekend out of it, so I apologize.
And Roxanne was here and is not bitter about it at all.
Hey, some quality time with my wife. With some late season, amazing snow conditions out in Colorado, out in Vail.
Did you guys do it?
No,
how much vacation sex did you have?
Hold on. Yes, we did it. We did it. We reenacted the Gwyneth Paltrow ski scene. I told you, listen, I said late last week, hey, I'm going to take a couple days off. We're going to head out to Vail, and we will recreate the Gwyneth Paltrow ski collision, and the video again is posted on my Instagram. It's the first item, and even the caption says "goop" right in the middle of the little screen. So take a look. If you're on Instagram, go to Certified MJ Radio. Certified MJ Radio, and it's the first item on my Instagram, and see the 31-second brilliant reenactment. And it's also posted at mjmorningshow.com. That's mjmorningshow.com. Now, Fester, I got a whole hour and 20 minutes planned here.
Okay.
We go nonstop. At this time, every morning, we go an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ Morning Show content with no interruptions, no commercials, no music, and we start that right now. But Fester, you have a question that you asked at the very end of the last segment, and I said I would answer it right now.
So, because of what Ronnie D did yesterday, signing this law.
I don't think it was yesterday, was it?
Was it? I think he signed it yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking today was Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, yesterday was Sunday because I'm a day off because yesterday was Monday.
And
all right. So, yeah. So, Ron.
First, you said Ronnie D, and I thought you were talking about our boss here at the station. I'm like, what law did he sign into effect that's going to...
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Our new general manager, Ron DeCastrate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Governor DeSantis, go ahead.
Can I carry a gun now without a concealed weapons permit? I mean, that's kind of what I got the gist of. I mean, I know it starts a little later in the year, but anybody can walk around with a gun in their pocket at any time without any checks?
You have to follow the existing laws. Like you can't carry a gun near a school, you can't into government buildings, police stations.
You can't carry it into a bar either, right?
You can't have a concealed weapon in a bar or an establishment where the bulk of their sales are derived from liquor.
So you can carry a gun into Applebee's, you just can't sit at the bar.
So here's the deal. Governor DeSantis here in the state of Florida, he signed in a new law, and it's a permitless carry law. So you're able to carry a concealed weapon. This is not open carry. Some states have open carry where you can just have a holster like you're some kind of sheriff. No, you can't do that.
Oh, damn it. I can't use my holster yet.
If you meet the qualifications to carry a concealed weapon starting July 1st, so you can't do it yet. It is not in effect. It is not signed into law technically until July 1st. And what this means is that if you meet the qualifications, if you're 21 or older, you don't have any restrictions that would prevent you from carrying. So if you don't have any felony charges or any domestic violence charges, that would preclude you from carrying a gun. So beginning July 1, if you meet the criteria, you will be able to carry a concealed weapon without a permit.
Okay. All right.
That's horrifying.
Does that... Well, listen, that's your opinion. I'm a fan of permitting. I am, and I'm a Second Amendment proponent. But I believe in the permitting process. I don't want to get into a whole debate here.
I'm just asking.
Fester, you asked the question.
Yeah.
This is obviously big news. So under the current law, you have to get a permit, get fingerprinted, a whole thing, to get a concealed carry permit. Starting July 1, you do not.
Does anybody want to invest in my fanny pack business? Because it's going to be through the roof.
Bestie packs?
So
They're
again,
coming back.
starting
But they've got guns.
starting July 1, you'll be able to carry concealed if you're 21 or over and you don't have any type of a felony charge that would disqualify you from carrying, or also there are some domestic violence charges that do not rise to the level of felony that could also be restrictive or a disqualification.
All right. Thank you.
So there you have it. Now, and keep in mind that you can still get a concealed permit, and if you get a concealed permit, that permits you to go to a store, buy a gun, and walk the same day.
Oh, so there's still a 3-day waiting period.
So you still have a waiting period for if you don't have a concealed permit, you're still going to have a waiting period to buy guns at stores here in the state of Florida.
A good gun discussion, a good gun law discussion just fires up the texters. So they're all bang, 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 bang coming at me.
Listen, it's a big issue in the state today.
Oh, it is. Listen,
Yeah,
it's a big news story.
No, so they're all talking about it. And so, to represent some of them, they say, what classes do criminals have to take when they conceal carry? And others are like, this is horrible. So you're getting both angles.
Oh, listen, it's a big debate. I'm not going to get into the debate. Fester just asked a simple question about a big news story about a new Florida law that is not in effect now. You can't carry concealed now. If you're eligible, you have to wait until July 1st when the law goes into effect, and then you got to follow the guidelines and the stipulations of what the law actually allows you to do. All right, 7:32 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Man, I'm looking at my stack of stuff here today, and it is ginormous. Listen, I was off for a couple of days, so clearly, the pile has grown here. Now, I have, in just a minute, I've got to tell you about a...
You okay?
Well, I'm wondering whether, is this 100% real, or are we being put on? I'll explain in just a matter of moments, so please stand by. A couple of things. With Michelle and I out of town, and of course recreating the brilliant Gwyneth Paltrow ski crash situation, we had to put our dogs in the kennel. Kennels are very expensive.
Yeah.
They are. They're not cheap.
Now, does anyone else have a dog other than...
Well, Froggy
I
has
have
2
two.
dogs. He got a dog during the show about a month ago.
I was just going to say, other than Froggy. I think it's just Froggy and I that have dogs. We've got 2 Jack Russell Terriers. Froggy has the new French Bulldog they just got. How's the dog doing, by the way?
Very good.
What'd you name that dog?
Very good. Miss Elizabeth. We call her Lizzie.
Is the dog well-behaved, well-mannered? What's the disposition? Is it a friendly, nice dog?
Oh, I've never seen a sweeter dog in my life. It's
Aw.
pretty crazy. She's the sweetest thing ever. She poops in the house a little bit too much.
Well, you got to potty train the dog.
So we're working on that.
Do you guys know how to potty train a dog?
We've done it numerous times. We're working on
check
it.
it. So we brought the dogs, obviously, to the kennel while we went out to Colorado for the weekend. And kennels are pretty expensive these days. Now, I got a question. Because I noticed something yesterday when I picked up the dogs at the kennel. First of all, bill was $490. So it's pretty expensive.
I mean, two dogs for
Well, and
5 days?
we can't put them in the same cage, I guess, because Scout and Gatsby, they can somehow get into it. So we have to give them separate little kennel rooms or whatever. So that raises the price for us. But the kennel was $490. And my question is, I think they expect a tip because...
Oh, that's interesting. It's been a while since I've
No.
bought a dog
Yes.
to a kennel.
Yes, there are 2 different kennels we use. Now, if it's a shorter stay, we take them to one kennel. If it's a longer stay, we take them to another kennel because there's more like playtime activity and they got a little water park and everything for the dogs. It's pretty cool. But, kennels are not cheap these days. In fact, I'm thinking about going into the MJ kennel business.
Oh, no, you don't want the kennel business.
All right, here's the deal, though. But both kennels that we use, and again, I noticed this yesterday, and it seemed to be a little awkward situation. When I went in to get the dogs, and I'm at the counter, and they give me the damage. It's $490 for the boarding because we were leaving early on Thursday morning,
That seems
So-
actually reasonable.
Well,
5 days.
We
two
had
dogs?
we had a book. So it was Wednesday night, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we picked up the dogs yesterday afternoon when we flew in from Denver. But the whole deal was $490.
Okay.
I think it's a little expensive, but here's the deal. When I checked out, I give them the credit card. The credit card slip comes out of the machine. You've got the customer copy. You've got the establishment copy, and it has the total. And then there's a line for the tip. And I'm like, let's see. I just paid $490.
You don't tip 15% on top of that?
No, 50, whatever. You know, it would be another, $75?
I could see if they were asking the dogs for tips because they actually provided the service. The dogs know how they were treated. The dog knows about the service. You do not officially.
Here's the deal, though. So the credit card slip comes out. They hand it to me with the pen. Yeah, please sign here. And I signed it. I did not put a tip down because, frankly, I think $490 is plenty for the dog boarding.
Right.
And I noticed that when I handed it back, I could tell that the person at the kennel counter was looking to see what I put on the tip line. And I just detected a little bit of a, There was no noise. It was just, a facial expression. I could see when I handed it back that their eyes kind of went right into the tip line, and I didn't leave a tip.
If you could
Because
hear...
$490 to board a couple of dogs for a couple of days, that's enough.
Because the look that they gave you just said, like,
But I watched, I saw the eyes look right down at the blank tip line on the credit card deal. Now, here's my question. Do they keep notes?
Of course they do.
Do they say, that's...
no kennel tipper guy. Here comes big old kennel tipper.
We're not going to treat their dogs quite as nice because this guy doesn't tip.
We're going to kick him.
No. Here's what it is. And I am not savvy with the kennel industry, but do they also do grooming there?
Yeah.
So it's probably the same.
The dogs each got a bath as well.
Okay,
so it was.
Maybe you should have tipped for the bath, you tip for your hair washed at the salon.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand.
All right, so I'll give the doggies a couple of 5 spots. They can tip, right after it's done.
There you go.
Yes, Fest.
No, that's essentially the two. You made my point. If you're going to bring it for a groom, it's the same register receipt for the groomer as it is the boarding. So it's
all inclusive. The whole thing, the boarding, and then the little bath at the end. It wasn't a groom. It was just a bath because I don't want to. I don't want it to smell. I didn't want it to smell like kennel. So Michelle always, when the dogs are at the kennel, on the way out, she always gets a bath.
But if you brought the dog there specifically for a grooming, you would get the same receipt, and I can understand the same way you would tip your hairdresser or your hairstylist. You would tip the groomer. That would be a tippable service, in my opinion. So
if you get a poodle gets all dolled up with all the trimmings and everything,
and the painted nails.
My dog's just got a bath, a quick little hose down.
Fine.
Like they were being deloused at a prison or something.
It's the same. they covered your dog in that powder that they used to spray in prisoners back in the day. Listen, so it's the same receipt tape.
Should I ask the audience? Should I ask the MJ Morning Show audience? Are you getting response on the text lines?
I'm still trying to calm down all the gun people.
Yeah.
But yes, we are. Buy the dogs a room at the Holiday Inn next time. It might be cheaper.
Seriously,
for real.
I think you're right. Hey, Holiday Inn, we're just going to dump the dogs here for a couple of days. Just, hey, here's a 20 spot. Just drop some food in once a day. All right, so let's go to phones on this. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Should I be compelled to tip the kennel after a $490 bill? Should I really have to leave? 10% would be $50. 15% would be what? $75.
So here's
20% would be an additional $100.
That's a lot of money
on a $490 already expensive kennel boarding bill.
Okay, so maybe the broad answer is no, but you got to figure a lot of people do it just because the line is there, and maybe the employees have grown accustomed to it.
800-99. Oh, look at the phones.
Every line
is just gone. Bam.
Oh, man, Lisa's a former kennel worker?
Yeah, we'll grab Lisa first here in Palm Harbor. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. So I see that she's looking at the empty little tip spot, and then I just wondered, do they keep little notes and, you know what, this guy doesn't tip, maybe we should be as nice to his dogs next time. Because he's a non-kennel tipper.
I've never tipped the kennel, ever.
Here he comes. The NKT. The non-kennel tipper.
Let's go to phones. Lisa's in Palm Harbor. Lisa, hi, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, I used to work at a kennel a couple years ago. And I worked in the back where I took care of the dogs and everything. Now, we did have to, we didn't have to give them the bath. If they requested it, we did the bath, and then we trimmed their nails as well.
All right, so listen, we requested a bath. That was it. So we paid for the bath on top of the boarding. So my question is, I had to pay $490. That was the total. Should I have tipped on top of $490?
If you did tip, I would say, don't do a 10%, 15, 20, whatever. Just maybe throw like $10. And then the people in the back, the kennel people, would split the tip. And then we'd be about our way. But at my particular kennel, the groomer was a totally different from the kennel.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, Lisa. Well, what about non-tippers? Did you treat their dogs any differently?
Oh no, not
okay,
at all.
Right. Listen, I always jump to the worst possible conclusion.
Yeah,
so that's just.
I think at the end of the day, people who care for animals are sweet people. They're going to love those animals regardless. They're just going to judge the what out of you.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa. Thanks for the call. Julie is in Newport Richey. Julie, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning. We love you guys.
Thank you, Julie. Appreciate it.
This whole tipping thing drives me crazy, to be honest. I remember, like when I was a waitress, I made $2.50 an hour. So like totally relied on tipping, and everybody knew that. It was a thing. I mean, nowadays, a lot of service people are making $15 an hour, so that drives me crazy. But here's the thing. Like, do you pay a tip to the person at the register when you check out of your hotel? I mean, no.
Yeah. Well, Julie, I think what you're referring to is these days, places where you wouldn't typically tip now with these like screens, they turn the screen around at you and you complete your charge. And there are places where they almost try to guilt you or force you into tipping because suddenly up pops the tip screen and it's like 15%, 18%, 20%. Or no tip. And when you push the no tip button, they're probably like watching and sneering at you, right?
Yeah, I kind of love that. It's a no tip.
But there are so many places, though, where you wouldn't typically leave a tip, and now they're like trying to guilt you into tipping.
Exactly.
Guilt because tip. They asked for it, I'm not giving it. Maybe I would have. But just because they're asking for it, I'm like, nah.
All right, so anybody who says maybe I would have would never have given a tip, okay?
Julie, thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Awfully uppity.
Steven is in Tampa. Hey, Steven, you're on the MJ Morning Show, Q105. Hello.
Hey, guys. So I do pest control, and on our app for receiving payment, we have QuickBooks, and QuickBooks, at the end of payment, it asks for a option. Do you want to tip your, whatever business it is? So do you want to tip? I never ask for a tip. If they want to tip, that's fine. But I'm the same way. We went to the crates up in Wesley Chapel, and I bought some food. Turned out to be like, for just one person, it was like $20 for like a thing of fries. And asked that option, do you want to tip? I'm like, no, I just paid $20 for a thing of fries.
How good were the fries?
Yeah. Must have been amazing.
Were the fries like amazing? $20?
I don't know. I mean, it could have been better, but they were like, it was flipping fries or something like that up in Wesley Chapel at the new crates.
All right.
I think most businesses all have that option. Do you want to tip your server or whatever it is?
Well, hold on. Did you sit down to eat the fries and you were served, or you took the fries out?
Oh, you took the fries out.
Oh, so you weren't served. They handed you a bag with your fries at a counter?
Correct.
You see, I don't believe in tipping for that. I'm sorry.
I completely agree.
All right, thank you, Stephen. I appreciate it. Tony's in Spring Hill. Tony, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, so for those that are just tuning in, I took a long weekend. Yeah, we had a best of show on Friday. We had a best of show yesterday. Michelle and I flew in yesterday afternoon from Vail. We did a late season weekend because the snow's amazing. We boarded the dogs. I picked up the dogs yesterday. And, you know, when you check out, there's like a line for tipping. And I'm like, wait a minute. The kennel just cost me almost $500. I don't think I need a tip. I think $500 is enough to watch a couple of dogs. So the question is, should I be forced to tip? That's number one. And what precipitated this, I noticed that when I handed the slip back to the person at the kennel, they kind of, I saw their eyes like glance down, and they noticed the little no tip that I didn't put down on the credit card receipt. And I just detected a little bit of a, and I'm wondering if they make note of it that I didn't tip. And will they treat the dogs maybe a little less nice because I'm not a tipper? Do they have like a little no tipper a chart in there? Do they have a no tipper list?
You're on the no tipper list, yeah.
Exactly.
It's on a whiteboard in the back, and your name's going to stay there permanently.
So that's the question. Tony, welcome to the show from Spring Hill. Tony, you're up. Go.
All right, thank you. Hey, so I own a facility for dog boarding and training.
Oh.
And most people do not tip. But it's okay because we don't ever expect a tip. So there's no list or nothing. You're not on a bad list. The main thing is take care of the dogs, make sure they're happy, but we never worry about.
All right. So most people do not tip, is what you're saying, and you're in the kennel business.
80% do not tip.
Listen, my thing was that, hey, I just spent $500. That's enough. I don't need to add, more money to that.
But, Tony, isn't it also the law of averages? I mean, if you ask everybody and 10% of the people say, yeah, okay, here's a few bucks, it adds up. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of money. It's expensive to do your dogs.
Hey, Tony, at your place, do you guys just have the regular credit card slip where you add it on the tip line, or do you have the little like the square or the point to sale where you flip the iPad over and they get to tap the tip?
No, actually, I don't even take credit cards. I only do cash, check, or Zelle.
Oh, you're the all cash groomer.
All right. Hey, thanks, Tony. Appreciate it. Carlo's in Tampa. Hey, Carlo, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Thanks for phoning in.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, so go ahead.
First-time caller.
Thank you.
I think you should leave at least $5.
So on that might be worse though. On a $500 kennel bill to leave $5, that might even be worse.
I mean, Carlo, you wouldn't go to a restaurant and leave a 1% tip.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
no.
Yeah, it's a tough one, MJ. I mean, a lot of people are saying only tip on the grooming. So if the grooming was,
there's no grooming. They got a hose down. They get a little bath.
Okay, fine.
And they spray some perfume on them.
That's a different service.
They get the dog perfume, which, by the way, I can do without the dog perfume. Just the shampoo smells fine for me. Hey, right. Carlo, I appreciate you phoning in. So do you have dogs, Carlo?
No, I do not now.
All right. So let me ask you a question. Tell me, Carlo, the last place where you purchased something or had a service performed where they requested a tip and you did not tip.
Oh, my. I've always tipped.
For everything. So if you go to a takeout place and they hand you a bag at a counter, do you tip?
No, I do not.
Now, see, that's the point. Hey, Carlo, thanks for listening and thanks for phoning in. Thanks for being a first-time caller. Jody is in Auburndale. Jody, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
I own a grooming salon and previously had daycare and boarding. I never expected a tip at all. For grooming, we appreciate tips because even though I heard you say, they just got a hose down in a bath, you have no idea what happens back there.
Oh, listen, I do. Listen, I've given my dogs a bath. It's not always the most pleasant, easy experience.
Yeah. So I don't feel on a bill that big that I would tip. I might say, hey, here's $10. Can you give this to the bathers? We, like the guy previously said, we never really got tips on huge bills for the boarding. But most people do tip on grooming. And we never expect it. We wouldn't ever put you on a list. I would say our regulars that come in that are good tippers, we do a lot of extras for them. Throw in a, extra toenail polish or extra fancy bows or something like that, or try to squeeze them in between when, we're really busy. So we know who tips, but it's okay.
See, that's what I'm talking.
Yeah.
They know. It's like Santa Claus making a list, checking it twice. Got to see who's naughty or
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, they zhuzh the dogs up with bows.
Yeah.
Jody,
and all
did
kinds
you
of
just
sparkles.
say you put extra toenail polish on the dogs? Ooh, what did you give Fido? Fido got a triple coat today.
That's great. Hey, Jody, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Yeah, hey, no more calls. Let me just finish with what's on the board. The phone's exploded on this thing. Mike is in West Tampa. Mike, MJ Morning Show, hit it.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
Love the show. Hey, quick, just echo. Yeah, I'd say drop $10 on the spot. And if you've noticed, restaurants now for the carryout, they get you on the tip. If you look, it's included now, so you're not getting away without a tip.
Hold on. What restaurant is forcing the tip on you for takeout?
That'll be Chili's, my good man.
Are you serious?
Next time you go order to go, brother, check it out. They slide it in there. There's no nope on the tip. It's included.
Well, then you tell them to take it off.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm not getting service at a table. I'm taking something out. I shouldn't have to tip for that.
You know what's funny? I just got.
Agree.
Wow.
I got Chili's over the weekend. I just got some soups, and I'm like, wow, that's expensive soup because they included my tip.
Well, there
that's
you go.
why.
Yep, got him.
Mike, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Brian is in Tampa. Hey, Brian, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
We are well.
Hey, I'm calling because, this tipping situation is going way too far. I was at the pizza place on 41 in Apollo Beach, Papa John's, and through the drive-through window, the young man asked me for a tip. I said, I'm not going to tip you for handing my pizza through a window. And he tells me, well, these places doesn't pay very well. I said, well, maybe you should look for a better job. I'm thinking these employers are passing on the buck to consumers that, we shouldn't have to pay for a pizza handed through a window.
Listen, I fully agree with that.
Nor should you have to get into a conversation about it with the person who's providing you the pizza.
You're debating the guy in the pizza window with the Papa John's visor on. I mean,
Brian, did you happen to order a shakaroni from Papa John's?
Yes, I did. I did order a shakaroni. That was great. Yes.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, I felt sorry for the young man. They are teenagers. They are teenagers. But where does the tipping stop?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, listen, we've talked about this many times on the show. The whole forced tipping thing has been a subject matter on the show numerous times, and I'm bringing it up because we picked up the dogs at the kennel yesterday after we took our long weekend out west. And again, I felt like I was sort of guilted into tipping, but I don't tip. I'm sorry. $500 kennel bill is enough. I don't need the tip on top of that.
That's right. I tell you that. Yeah, you guys have a great show.
Oh, hold on a sec. I think Shaq wants to talk to you.
Right.
Yes, sir.
This is Shaquille O'Neal. I want to thank you for ordering the Shakaroni pizza.
You want that shakaroni, my friend?
Shakaroni pizza is the best pizza ever invented in the history of pizza.
Hey, no tip included, my friend. No tip for you.
Shaquille O'Neal's going to slam dunk on your ass if you don't tip the Papa John's employee next time.
Hey, and I did call. I called corporate Papa John's.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yes, I called corporate Papa John's, and they told me that was up to their individual locations if they ask for tips. So it's not across the board, Papa John's. It's who you order from.
That's funny. Hey, Brian, thanks for the call. Thanks for listening.
Have a great day.
You
everyone.
too.
Thanks, Brian.
David, 2 more calls, then I got to move on here. Man, the phones have exploded. The texting is out of control.
Yeah. I want to bring up a couple points.
Well, go ahead. Hurry.
Okay, one is, they said don't blame the company if they have a software in their system that requests the tip. However, they get to choose if it's if they give you the options of 10%, 15%, or 20%. I see them so much lately where the lowest option is the 20% option. It's like 20, 25, 30. Those are the options they're giving you.
Or the no tip.
Yeah, right. And
I
then
think
you have to.
And then if you hit no tip, I think it flashes a red light. Yeah,
What sound is it?
That's for when I'm looking at paper.
Oh my God. if somebody's alarm just went off and all they heard was Roxanne going, I can't even, what was that?
Do that again.
No tip alarm.
What is it?
Someone just said someone was asked to tip on Botox, and it was $1,000 bill, and there was a tip request.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God! All right, so hey, do that no tip alarm again.
We just want to hear the alarm.
Do it again.
Okay, I just got my Botox bill, and I'm gonna do 0 for the tip, and all of a sudden the alarm goes off. Woo, woo, woo.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
Can I get that as like my ringtone? Oh, my, that was awesome, Rox.
You can isolate that.
If we did Roxanne ringtones?
David in Tarpon Springs. David, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, guys, how you doing? Hey, Queen's Pizza, okay, for a takeout. You go in there, they ring you up, they turn the screen around 10, 15, 20%, whatever it is. Sign up. Then when the receipt prints out, there's a space that says additional tip. They want a double tip. Again to tip, hoping maybe you'll even forget you give it. Maybe you'll think that's the original tip.
You want to add a secondary tip?
You'll have some short-term memory loss, and you forgot you just tipped.
Additional tip, it says. Like, hey, this wasn't a good tip. You sure you want to think that again? That's what it says. Queen's Pizza.
Okay,
David,
all right, listen.
Thanks for the call. All right, last call on this. Jackson in Clearwater. Jackson, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, buddy, how's it going, guys?
We're going well. Go.
All right, so I'm a dog groomer, and so a couple of things. Like, one, I fully agree on the drive-through window aspect of it. Like, if you're going to a Starbucks or something, absolutely. Like, you're pushing a button and coffee pours out into a cup. I get that. But, I mean, you dropped your dogs off for a week so you could go skiing. Nobody pushed a button and took care of the dogs. So, you know, it's a vastly different scenarios there. You know, when we take care of dogs, it's like we're babysitting your kids. So, you know, if you don't want to tip, then maybe go to a different place that's cheaper and see the outcome when they're taking care of these live animals for you.
Ooh, that's a good answer,
All
Jackson.
right.
That's a strong way to close.
So you think on a $500 kennel bill yesterday, $490 was our kennel charge for the weekend. How much should I have tipped on $490?
I mean, it's not the amount of tip. It's just showing, hey, I'm appreciative of you.
I get it. All right, so just tell me, what do you think I should have left? On a $490 kennel bill for the dogs, what should I have tipped yesterday?
$50. 10%'s good.
You know what? He brings up a good point. I mean, it's like keeping your kids alive for a week. I mean, if you had a babysitter for a week, what would you have tipped them?
All right, listen. There's a difference between my kids and the dogs.
Is there?
All right?
Is there?
Yeah.
Not a difference.
All right. Well,
you want to take calls on that? How many people like their dogs more than they do their own kids?
I love my dogs, but my kids are more important than the dogs. Hey, Jackson, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Listen, I'm moving on here, but I'm sorry.
Your dogs never tried to stick a summer in Paris on you.
$490 kennel bill. I just don't think I feel comfortable adding another $50 to that. It's already the profit margin is already pretty remarkable on $490 to watch a couple of Jack Russells for the weekend.
Is it? I mean, think about it. It breaks down to $50 a dog a day. It actually seems quite reasonable.
And wrapping this up, the point is that I didn't leave a tip, and I just noticed the person at the counter kind of look at the slip to see. That's the first thing. You know, you ever hang behind at a restaurant? Or you ever, and I've done this numerous times, whether it's intentional or unintentional, but when you leave the check on the table and you're walking away and you sign the check, you put the tip down at a restaurant, and sometimes if you're lingering or if they don't see you, the waiter, waitress, the server, they go to the table, they quickly open it up and they look right and they want to see, ooh, what did they tip? I see it all the time. Even at some, places that are high-end, places I like, the server always opens that thing up to see.
You'd be the same
what's
way,
the
man.
tip.
If that was your pay, you'd be the same way. Just because.
Listen, I get it. That they rely on the tips, I get it. I fully understand that. But listen, great service at a restaurant, that to me is a different category.
Great service keeping your dogs alive for a week seems pretty high end as well. Oh, you kept my dogs alive for a week? I couldn't keep your dogs alive
I tell you
for a
what,
week.
I'll tell you, Festa, then you can start leaving the tips for my dog's boarding.
Or you can watch the dogs.
Yeah,
How about that?
I'll watch the dogs. You get skin and bones when you come back.
Have you guys heard of the little dating situation called fizzling?
Is that when you're dating and
Oh, Froggy, I haven't heard you talk in 25 minutes.
Oh, well, you guys haven't stopped talking for 25 minutes.
I forgot you were here today.
So, you know,
ladies and gentlemen, Froggy on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Froggy.
I'm not one to fight for airtime over here, but I would imagine it's when you're in a relationship and then it sort of fizzles out.
You're close.
What else could it be?
Well, you've heard of ghosting. Roxanne, what is the definition of ghosting?
Well, I was going to guess my fizzle guess first. Is it have something to do with putting gas up your butt like Gwyneth Paltrow does?
Whoa. Come on.
Oh, my God.
What? That's fizzling. Doesn't she do that? You
No,
just
she
did your
did-
whole goop thing, so
Hold
she's
on.
top of mind.
What is that called, what she does up her butt?
don't know.
Hold on. Was it called ozoning or something?
Yeah, bubbles up the butt.
Yeah, she zones up her. Some weird crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to answer your other question, ghosting is when you just politely disappear.
Ghosting is.
Hold on, is it politely? Ghosting is just when you disappear. I wouldn't say politely.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's ever done politely.
Well, fizzling, this is a new term that people are using. In a relationship, you've got ghosting, where people just ghost you and they just disappear. But now there's something called fizzling. And this is a new trend. And fizzling, they say, is more passive aggressive and actually more like psychologically damaging. Fizzling is what happens when somebody you're dating, they slowly start backing off and they're putting less energy or effort into the relationship. So they slowly start cranking down the volume. So it's a slow, like a trickle, or it's an incremental reduction in the interest or the investment that they're putting into the relationship until it's a complete cutoff of communications. So you're going strong, you got a relationship going on, and then they start backing it down. Like if the knob is at 10, they back it down to a 9.
So is fizzling like when you leave your ginger ale in the fridge for a long time and then all of a sudden it's flat?
No, that's literal fizzling.
Yeah, well, no, fizzle would be the
would be when it's
would
fizzling.
be when it's fizzling, when it's all
So I don't know if I
when
like
it's
this
all
term.
zhuzhed up.
Fizzling sounds like
Fizzling out means like fading out. Like
It's a fade.
It's out. That's the key.
It's a fade. It's fizzling.
You lower out the intensity of this relationship, but you don't leave the person, so they're always hanging on. They always think there's something there. You always seem to come back into this person's life.
It's a slow back down. No. It's a slow back down. So if your relationship is at a 10, you start backing it down. A ghosting is taking it from 10 to 0 and you're gone. A fizzling is a slower reduction in commitment and communication. So the 10 goes to an 8, then to a 7, to a 6, to a 5. 4, you're not communicating as much. You don't see each other as much. 2, 1, and then you're out. So it's a tapering effect. That now is called fizzling versus ghosting, which can happen like that. Fizzling it's a slow back down, and that's the new term. And people are doing that. But they're saying that, at least with a ghosting, it is over and done, that a fizzling is more psychologically traumatizing because it's this reduction, and it's sort of like a drip, 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 like a water torture kind of deal.
I'm going to share an unpopular opinion that it's not really traumatizing. People need to be tougher. The dating world is hard. You have to,
Whoa.
But right? I mean, fizzling, they're making it sound like people can't handle a fizzle out. Like, okay, people are strong. Go find somebody else to fizzle with.
Don't fizzle with.
Or sizzle.
Be careful the way you say that.
Sizzle, not the fizzle.
A woman lost her job almost saying that, so be careful.
Let's not get too close to Snoop Dogg speak, is what he's saying.
What do you say, for fizzle?
No.
Let's be careful.
Everybody stop at the
Let's
izzles.
be careful.
Anyway.
I was reading something. I missed what Roxanne said.
No, I didn't say anything wrong.
Roxanne, we were talking about sizzle and fizzle, and then Froggy just gave us the red flag, like, easy, guys.
Yeah.
Stop with the izzle talk.
I got you. So it's becoming very common, apparently, on these dating apps And on dating apps, 90% of the users that were asked about this, that use dating apps, 90% of them, they wanted to avoid being fizzled.
They wanted to be sizzled instead.
Yeah, they want the sizzle, not the fizzle.
How about a little drizzle?
Now,
that usually happens sometime during the sizzle.
There's a term for this now, folks. Now you know. It's called fizzling when it comes to dating. Hey, your daily little drink, Roxanne?
Which one is that?
Oh, my God.
I mean, the morning or the night? What time of day we talking?
The one she's already had, the one she's going to have during the next commercial break.
It's 8:05. It's 8:05 here on a Tuesday. MJ Morning Show back live. And let me just do a quick little reenactment mention. Then I'm going to get into Roxanne's drinking issue. Well, I mean, hold on. Maybe that didn't come out right.
That didn't come out right at all.
Folks, Michelle and I are back. We took a long weekend out west. We were in Vail doing some late season skiing. Conditions were phenomenal. And as I said last week before we left, I said that Michelle and I were going to reenact the Gwyneth Paltrow ski incident and the whole lawsuit. There is a 31-second video up on my Instagram. We've also posted it on mjmorningshow.com. But Michelle and I recreated the Gwyneth Paltrow ski collision. Michelle is downhill. She's Gwyneth. I'm the optometrist, 76-year-old dude upslope. And I recognize that it's Gwyneth Paltrow. And this is what it sounded like. Listen.
Oh, man, that's Gwyneth Paltrow. I need to get some goop. Gwyneth, I need some goop. Goop. Come on, Gwyneth. Slow down, Gwyneth. I need some goop. I'm going to slide right in between her skis over here. Oh, my God. Holy crap.
Collision.
Oh, God. Oh. You freaking creep. Oh, Gwyneth, give me some goop. Give me some goop, Gwyneth.
So I crash into Michelle, knock her down. We're both on the ground in the snow. She's calling me a friggin' creep and stop spooning me. And it's spectacular. Folks, this is some of the best reenactment acting you've ever seen. So if you want to see it, it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. It's the top item right now, so you can see the video. Or we've also posted it at mjmorningshow.com. Look for the headline, the Gwyneth Paltrow ski accident deal. And then click on it. You can watch it on your computer. So follow me, Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. See it there. And if you don't follow me, give me a follow, Certified MJ Radio. Or it's up at mjmorningshow.com. But it is a brilliant reenactment. It just doesn't get any better than this. The production quality is just top notch. The acting quality is second to none.
Sound team was amazing.
It's almost like, it's almost like you're there. It's like a perfect reenactment. All right, Roxanne, you have a beverage, it seems, every afternoon to kind of wind down. Is that accurate?
No, it's not at all, actually.
Well, hold on. You've always talked about your afternoon glass of wine.
In 2022, yeah. But
really,
since 2023.
I didn't get the memo.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You changed up you changed up the afternoon numbing?
I really have. I don't drink unless I'm going to get drunk.
Okay, good for you.
Well, all right.
I have the same
I'm
policy.
And how many days a week do you do that?
I'm making jokes. Now I have taken it back. I used to have a glass of wine like every other day. And if we would go out to eat during the week,
it was every day.
No, it was every other day.
Oh,
it was every other day.
You were talking about getting together with the mommies and the play groups, and you guys are all getting sloshed and everything.
No, okay. So now I'm on like a drink 2 times a week deal. Sometimes even just once a week.
The reason why I'm bringing this up is because the daily drink, the daily adult beverage, it's not going to kill you. But guess what? If you do more than one, that might be a whole different story. There's new research out that the daily drink to unwind, take the edge off. That might be a problem. If you say,
that's what I would do it for.
Well, you've even said that to us.
Because you know why? It's like I go to dinner with my kids, and as soon as I start to drink a glass of wine, it's so much more enjoyable automatically. It takes the edge off.
But if somebody says, yeah, I'm gonna have a drink. I'll take the edge off. That might be an indication of a problem.
If that's the reason for a drink.
Well, here's the deal. Researchers in Canada, they have just done some research, and they found that a little daily drink, one drink, does not raise any kind of risk of like early death. But heavy drinkers, those who consume up to a bottle of alcohol a day, are 61% more likely to die prematurely.
Whoa.
So one drink, one glass, all right, not terrible. But if you're doing more than that, then the risks incrementally rise to the point if you're doing like a fifth, you're doing like a 750, 750 milliliters, like if you're drinking a whole bottle of wine in one setting, that is not good for you.
So it sounds like my 2022 plan was better.
You mean
glass
just
every day? Or every other
Well,
day.
are you binging more?
No, but now I do have probably 2 glasses. Like I'll just drink on a Saturday and have 2.
Or 20.
Listen, live it up.
2
You
bottles.
never know what could happen.
Good for you.
Why not have a bottle? You might be in a car crash tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to admit, I got all these this'll kill you, that'll kill you stories.
All the oldest people I know have been drinking and smoking for 50 years. And the healthiest people I know drop dead.
I also know a remarkable amount of people who've died young from smoking and drinking too. So it's 50-50.
Everybody that I know that died young was a health nut, vegetarian.
Dude, I told you about the guy. I told you about the guy when my dad he worked for a big place up in New York, right? There was some guy who would, jog during his lunch break and always eat salads, and then he died one weekend on a jog, and my dad's like, "We're never jogging."
See?
And
it's just like, my buddy's dad.
Yeah, no exercising whatsoever.
We're not moving
Look at Fester.
at all.
Fester took Dad's advice.
Son,
no exercising whatsoever.
Don't jog anywhere.
I was watching an old Carson interview with George Burns, and he said, I smoke 11 cigars a day.
George Burns?
And I inhale every one of them.
Yeah, it's right.
And he goes, what number is that? And he's like, this is number 9. I got 2 more to go.
All right, if you care about March Madness and the whole Final Four stuff and the national championship, well, it's over because UConn did beat San Diego State yesterday. Man, it was kind of a rout, 76-59.
So the game sucked. I watched the first maybe like half or maybe into the second half.
Yeah.
And they were just getting San Diego State had no business being on the court with UConn.
I can't imagine 76-59 being any kind of a decent game.
It sounds terrible, man. Sports are
sports.
I'm over sports.
Speaking of health, I've got a little health warning for you folks. What did you say? You're over sports?
What does that mean?
I'm over sports. It's enough.
I'm just over it. I'm over sports. It takes over everybody's time. It's too much.
If you're a raw cookie dough eater, there's a new warning from the CDC.
Listen,
Oh, God. Let me guess.
Try to stop me. Try to stop me.
You're going to die if you have a roll a night.
Yeah.
Warning, warning, warning. Breaking news, folks.
Is it because of the egg?
What is it?
It's a salmonella alert, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't think of a better way to get salmonella.
Than eating cookie dough.
Oh, no kidding, man.
Yeah, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention are now urging consumers stop eating raw cookie dough. Why? There's a national salmonella outbreak, and 3 people have been hospitalized. Ooh, out of 330 million people, 3 people have been hospitalized.
Roll the dice on that one, man.
Flour doesn't look like raw food, but most flour is raw. And the CDC is cautioning in a brand new report that came out last week. The agency's report explained that raw or unbaked flour used to make baked goods such as cookies could be contaminated with salmonella germs. So, again, eating raw dough or cookie dough, that could contribute now to salmonella. And they have numerous cases. So the CDC is putting out like an enhanced warning reminding people, don't eat raw cookie dough.
Fearmongers.
Yeah, that warning means nothing to me.
The Mayo Clinic.
What's happening with mayonnaise?
They're putting mayo in the Mayo Clinics. Yeah. So
that's good.
The Mayo Clinic notes that eggs, also typically found in cookie dough, can be contaminated with bacteria. Blah blah blah. The current outbreak has caused 12 reported illnesses across 11 states. So, what, just people are making their own damn cookie dough? Come on.
Okay, hold on. People make their own damn cookie dough, yes.
Yes.
And then they eat it before they ball it up and put it on the pan. Yes, that happens.
And what? There's like suddenly an increased outbreak of people eating their own cookie dough raw?
I do that. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be the store-bought kind. If I'm making my own cookies,
Well,
I'll eat it.
I believe that the cookie dough that comes in that like sausage container, like the Nestle, that I believe is all pasteurized, and I think that's all like salmonella and bacteria free.
Oh,
You know what I've been doing my entire life? I started as a kid is licking beaters.
Oh,
cake.
Same
When you
thing.
make a cake.
Yeah.
You make a cake, it's still, if you're using flour, you're using eggs.
the mixer things.
Yeah.
Yep. Beaters.
Yeah. Don't lick it while it's still like plugged into. Eject those blades before you start licking. Can you imagine getting your tongue all caught up in that thing?
Oh.
You hit the fold button accidentally, and your tongue's all getting chewed up in the mixer blades.
If I'm reading the Surgeon General's warning laughing while I'm sucking down some menthols, I'm not going to stop eating cookie dough because of salmonella.
Are you the mother that says, "Hey kids, who wants to lick the blades?" and you're holding the actual mixer in your hand while the kids are
Just straightforward. And I just
Then
I
you-
zip it. I'll zip it every once
do
in
a little bit
you
of
know,
a, and you kind of just fold up their tongue a couple times and twist it around a little bit.
and unwind it.
I
Yeah.
just be
like a
careful.
fruit roll up.
Oh, we have an update. Do you know that cretin? You know that son of a, the NHL general manager's son that pushed the wheelchair
Yes.
down the stairs?
Yeah.
Folks, if you don't know this story, this is a terrible story. Carson Briere, he played hockey for Mercyhurst College up in Pennsylvania. His father is the general manager of the Philadelphia Flyers, NHL. And this Carson Briere,
Every time you say his name, I think of it. It's like a fancy cheese.
oh yeah,
Yeah, it does sound
like
like
like Gruyere,
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
Gruyere,
Gruyere.
whatever it is.
It's
Yeah.
like brie and Gruyere.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
like combo cheese.
Yeah. Well,
Very delicious.
Really creamy.
the general manager of the Philadelphia Flyers NHL team. His son goes to college in Pennsylvania, and they were at a restaurant bar, and there was a wheelchair at the top of the stairs. And he thought it would be funny. Let me just push this lady's wheelchair down the stairs. Now, she wasn't in it, but the chair was all mangled and bent. I mean, what a sicko.
I mean, you're kind of screwing over a person in the wheelchair by pushing their chair down a flight of stairs.
Guess what? We got a follow-up file item right here on the MJ Morning Show. He has just been cut from the hockey team. Just cut from the Mercyhurst hockey team after pushing the wheelchair down the stairs.
Are the two incidents related?
Yes!
I'm asking.
Yes! Oh, no.
I'm asking.
Oh, no. He wore brown shoes, so they cut him from the team.
Maybe he sucked. I don't know.
Someone cut the Gruyere cheese.
He was cut from the team after the video. And inside this restaurant bar place up in Pennsylvania, they had surveillance video, and they caught him pushing this lady's wheelchair down the stairs. I mean, just horrific. Terrible. And now he's been kicked off the team. They announced his removal yesterday, that he's been removed from the Mercyhurst University men's ice hockey team. The team's account shared on Twitter that Mercyhurst cannot comment any further on the matter. 23-year-old facing misdemeanor counts, criminal mischief. Briere and Patrick Carosi, a 21-year-old senior on the lacrosse team, they were caught on the surveillance cameras by pushing the wheelchair. The wheelchair was owned by a double amputee by the name of Sydney Bennis.
Oh, my gosh.
And they pushed her wheelchair down the stairs at Sullivan's Pub and Eatery in Erie, Pennsylvania on March 11th. Hey, guess what? It's very eerie. You look at the surveillance video and they're pushing the lady's wheelchair down this. Very eerie in Erie.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, just push it, dude. All right, dude.
It was probably a whole bro mentality.
Yeah,
I
they
think so.
are bros.
But what kind of sicko sees a wheelchair knowing that somebody is in a wheelchair and then we're going to push it down the stairs? They wrecked the lady's wheelchair. It was all bent out of shape. The wheels weren't turning right. I mean, they wrecked the chair. And the ladies had double, first they sat in the chair and then, let me push. I mean,
What a jerk.
oh my God, and
an
the
idiot.
video is crystal clear. And now he's been ejected from the hockey team.
You see his smarmy little face after he does it.
Oh, yeah.
They should bring the woman.
And he has the backwards baseball cap on inside
What
the
a
pub.
punk.
And
That's how you know they're a bunch of.
Oh, they give the woman free tickets to a game or something.
bunch of douche bros.
Put her out on the ice.
Yeah.
What's she gonna play? Froggy. Wait, what was
I'm saying just give her tickets to the hockey game.
Put her on the ice.
Please stop it.
Let her fill in goal or something.
Please stop it.
Inappropriate.
Very, very, very inappropriate.
I've got some audio I got to play of a bus driver going nuts.
What kind of bus driver?
School bus driver. Now, kids on a bus, they can be miserable little, turds.
For sure.
Yeah.
One flicked me off the other day.
What?
A little kid flicked me off at a bus the other day.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like just to see if he could, or did you do
No,
something?
like a bunch of
right?
they were just like they like one of them I could tell like dared him to do. And
Hold on,
he
you're
went,
at a traffic light,
Yeah.
or you're next to a school bus and a kid
and it
flips
must
you
have
off?
been- yeah, and he just looked at me and he went.
Are you serious?
And I was like, what a punk.
Well, listen, bus drivers, they put up with a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to this. An Ohio bus driver has resigned late last week because she went off on a foul-mouthed, explicit rant against students. The video's gone totally viral. This is in Amherst, Ohio. So it's the Amherst Exempted Village School District. And we don't know the name of the bus driver, but the bus driver has resigned after yelling at the kids. Would you like to hear what it sounded like?
Oh, please.
How much more do you expect me to take? Give me the perfume. No, I didn't do anything. I can freaking smell it. I didn't do anything.
So apparently the bus driver's accusing one of the students of spraying some perfume on the bus. The bus driver's going nuts.
Yeah.
Spray anything.
Jeez.
Sick of you. I'm sick of all of the. I'm done with it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna start kicking some serious. Do you hear me?
Yes.
My foot's gonna be so far up your. It's gonna dangle out your nose.
Good.
My foot's going to be so
Whoa.
far up your ass that it's going to dangle out your bleeping nose?
That's original.
I mean,
That's a legit threat.
And
I'm
is it
impressed.
an-
I'm impressed.
anatomically possible?
I mean,
No, I don't
depends-
think it is.
It depends on the size of her foot.
I'm done with you. That phone in your bag. Now you give it to me.
All right, fine.
Done. God dang it! I can smell it.
I didn't spray anything.
I'm allergic to the.
Open I didn't spray anything. They just like to.
It's right in the big
So
backpack. It's in
Oh,
the
wow.
big zipper.
You like to start too. You're no innocent angel here.
This is the bus driver just going off on the kids on the bus.
Done with this.
I think she's done with this bleep.
Done. I've had my fill. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I'm ready to walk off this bus right now and let you people walk home. How much more do you think anybody can freaking take? Shut your mouth. I don't want to hear another word out of your mouth.
Meanwhile, kid is rolling video on everything. When you have everybody in society with a camera phone these days, everyone's a little TV studio. People do stupid things, and it's always caught on video these days. And I'm sure multiple kids were rolling video on this bus driver having this meltdown.
Excuse me. What did I just tell you? You think it's funny? You think it's funny?
Oh my God.
You're over. No, you didn't. You're so full of.
This is great.
As bad as he is. Done.
This is a 2-minute and 15-second meltdown from the bus driver.
So they're now making T-shirts.
Oh, wait a second. Fester's online, and there's a T-shirt with a school bus, and it says, "My foot's going to be so far up your ass, it's going to dangle from your nose." There's a T-shirt made for this already.
This is the best bus driver ever. You know, and here you say, "Oh, she had to give up her job." It sounds like she was fine with that.
She resigned.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Here, take your stupid job. You hump these miserable kids back and forth to school.
There's 30 more seconds.
Oh, I love.
Done. Not another word out of any of you.
she walking off the bus?
Somebody needs to come up on this bus and seriously.
She walked off the bus now.
Good for her.
God.
Or did she? Is she driving still? It sounded like she walked down the bus and out the door. Is what it sounded like.
She sounded like Annie Wilkes from Misery, like when
Yeah.
she really turned on the guy.
Oh.
She's
Yeah,
like,
she did.
You. It's just like, whoa. I have a feeling she has some anger issues.
You think so?
She sounds like a sweet old lady. These kids just pushed her to the edge.
Hey, speaking of anger issues, hey Andrew, did you get the carjacking video? Is it up on MJMorningshow.com? Is
I
it
have
up?
a link to it.
All right, listen, Fester, go to folks. You got to see this. Speaking of anger, and speaking of like crazy video, go to MJMorningshow.com. Go to our website, MJMorningshow.com. Click on videos mentioned on the MJ Morning Show. You've got to see what happens when a whacked out lady carjacker. You know, most carjackers are guys. I think that if you were to check stats, I would say 99% of carjackers nationwide are men.
You feel like you have to have some muscle into it. You know, you feel like you have to have some. I don't.
All right, you've got to see this. Frog, you're going to want to swing your mic around to Fester's.
I've seen a lot of
All right, you got to see this.
car chases.
All right, hold on. Just hit pause on it. Hit pause. This is out in the L.A. area. A woman carjacks a car in a shopping center parking lot. The problem is the club device is still attached to the steering wheel.
Oh, man, you got to look for the club.
All right. You got to see this video. You ready? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna roll the video here. This is from NBC in Los Angeles. This is from KNBC Channel 4.
A wild scene in a grocery store parking lot in Agoura Hills. Sheriff's deputies tell us a woman tried to carjack another woman and ended up ramming into several cars. The cell phone video shows the chaos that unfolded this afternoon. You can hear a woman call out for help as that car quickly reverses. This all happened on Canaan Road. Detectives say a 27-year-old woman tried to steal the victim's purse. As she was pulling the purse, the victim was also pulled from the car. And that's when deputies say the suspect hopped in and then tried to drive off. She couldn't, though, because a device believed to be a club was on the steering wheel. Witnesses described how they stopped the woman.
Kind of bouncing like a ping pong ball off the other cars. She tried to bail out of the vehicle. When she did this, she stepped on here, slipped, and that's when myself and the other two gentlemen being interviewed got on top of her, tied her hands with a bandana, tied her shoes together, and stayed on top of her until police came to get her formally arrested.
2 people were hurt in all.
Do you know what she said? So then they finally yanked her out of the car, and they're like tying her arms and legs together.
Look at the beauticians on top of her.
Oh my God!
She's doing her hair.
All right, you got to see the video because the video shows this person slamming the car in reverse, and they can't turn the wheel because the club device is on the wheel. How many cars got smashed? Like 5?
I mean, maybe more. I would have guessed more.
Like high speed, backwards then forwards. It is insane.
She ripped the door off like in, was it Tommy Boy?
Oh, yeah.
And they back up at the gas station.
The door gets totally ripped off, but there's a whole the destruction is insane.
She hit buildings, she hit trees, she hit cars.
A building got hit, and the building's all cracked. I mean, crazy video, and it's posted up at MJMorningshow.com. Click on videos mentioned on the MJ Morning Show and see the lady in a supermarket parking lot out in the LA area going absolutely nuts.
That's great.
Would you like to hear a little fun trivia piece from Lionel Richie?
Lionel Richie?
Guys, do you know? Do you know the story?
I think I do.
Is he still a judge on American Idol?
I do.
Yeah, he is.
This is a lot of information coming from him. If it's a story.
Yeah, I don't think that's Lionel Richie.
Oh, dude, hold on a minute.
Lionel Richie's saying lady,
Wait
but
a minute.
No. It was
is
written.
Is it a duet?
All right, so
Kenny Rogers saying lady.
No.
Kenny Rogers sang "Lady."
Lady.
But hang on a sec. The point is that the right version right there?
Second verse.
Okay. The Kenny Rogers version.
Oh, I want some chicken.
The only
now.
version.
Right.
Yeah, Kenny Rogers.
Right. No, it's been covered before. It's been covered.
This is who he wrote it for.
Right. But Lionel Richie, he was the writer of "Lady." All right. And then you've got Kenny Rogers' version. I've heard several covers of that song. All right. But here's why you'll never hear that song the same way again. Because of this.
And so Kenny calls and says, I want you to write a song for me. And of course, I wrote "Lady." And thinking, he said, write 2 songs. So I wrote one song called "Going Back to Alabama." Well, we get halfway through that song. He says, I don't want to sing that song. I think I want to do "Lady" first. Now, what he didn't know was I only had written the first verse of "Lady." So I said, excuse me for a minute, let me go to the bathroom. I'm sitting in the stall writing the second verse to "Lady."
So wait, you can literally be like, I'll be right back. I'm just going to go and write this hit juggernaut classic.
Yeah.
And I'll be back with you in 5 minutes.
Yeah, but let me just explain something to you. You will do some amazing things when you're scared to death.
Yes.
And so the idea of telling Mr. Rogers, I don't have the second verse, was not going to happen in my lifetime.
So what he's saying was he wrote the second verse of "Lady" that Kenny Rogers sang while he's sitting on the toilet.
I think I got it, Kenny. Here we go. Duty.
You're my number 2
But also,
lady.
I have heard Lionel Richie. I've heard him sing that song.
Yeah, he's singing it all.
I've heard Kenny Rogers is the original classic, obviously, but I have heard Lionel Richie actually sing that song. I can't remember whether it was on a show or what, but I know I've seen him actually cover it. But that's amazing. So next time you hear "Lady," remember do you have it?
I think I have this is off Kenny. This is off Lionel Richie's YouTube page.
All right, go ahead and roll it. Hit it.
I'm yours.
Heard Lionel Richie do "Lady" before as well.
Let's hear Lionel Richie sing "The Gambler."
So whether you hear Kenny Rogers do "Lady" or whether you hear Lionel Richie do "Lady," remember that the second verse, Lionel Richie now told Drew Barrymore that he did it while sitting on the toilet.
That wasn't the story.
Stall. I'm thinking.
I'm sorry,
about
what?
You.
Go ahead, Pastor. I like that song. I like it.
The most amazing part of that story is Drew Barrymore still has a TV show.
That's the point that nobody can seem to understand.
I mean, what the hell? Are you kidding me?
It is amazing. That wasn't the story I was thinking of about Lionel. I guess recently he was doing an interview and he said that when he wrote "All Night Long," he really could do it all night long. And now he's down to a fierce 15 minutes.
Oh, that's right.
So he's putting it all out there.
That was
now.
another. Does he have a memoir out? Is that what the story is?
Did he write a book?
He's 73 years old and isn't afraid to talk about all of his past now.
Well, you can see him on American Idol, and I think had a little too much plastic surgery. I think he's had a little too much plastic surgery done. Yeah, I might want to just back it off just a little bit. But I thought it was funny that the second verse of "Lady" was, hey, do we have a toilet flush? We need to add some. Hey, Andrew, let me know when you have a toilet flushing sound effect. We need to add that to the, I think, to the mix here. Something like, should I run the Kenny Loggins or the Kenny Rogers version rather? Sure. Yeah, hang on a minute.
Lady.
For so many years I thought I'd never find.
There it is.
I got it.
You have come into my life.
It's kind of a weak toilet flush. Yeah, Fester.
All right. So
Yeah.
the backstory is Lionel is going on tour with Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
So he's making the rounds publicity-wise. When he was on The View.
Oh, that's right. I did hear about that.
So when he was
Yeah.
on The View, he talked about the song All Night Long was about him doing it all night long.
Right, but now he's
a fierce 15.
Yeah, he's not able to do it all night long any longer. So,
Oh, Lionel.
would you like to hear some subtle signs that somebody is very rich?
Sure.
Subtle signs. And when you hear these, you're going to go, you know what? There might be something to this. By the way, you got the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Thank you so much for listening. Oh, can I remind everyone that if you love what you hear during the MJ Morning Show, when you get out of your car, if you're a car listener, you don't have to stop listening. Make sure you continue listening on your phone, on the various apps, on a smart speaker, on the desktop. So when you get to your job, and if you're able to, keep listening to the show. Just because you get out of your car doesn't mean you have to stop listening, because imagine all the crap you're missing that you're not going to get to hear. So when you leave your car, if you're a car listener, use your phone. If you have the iHeart app, if you have the TuneIn app, if you have the Odyssey app, or the My Q105 app, you just type in Q105 Tampa, and you can continue listening on your phone. Or if you're in the office, listen on your desktop computer. Just go to mjmorningshow.com. Top of the page, you'll see the red Listen Live button. Click on that, and boom, it's coming out of your speakers. Or if you have a smart speaker, you can just say, listen to, Q105 Tampa Bay.
Play Q105.
Whatever you say to your smart speaker. Well, by the way, someone said that if you say play Q105, it plays some crappy station out of Mississippi.
Uh-oh.
No, we have an Alexa in our office, and the first thing I say is, Alexa, play Q105, and it pops right up.
All right. Well, just make sure you get the right Q105, and it's not some other Q105. All right, so listen to this. 14 subtle signs that somebody is very, very rich. And when I saw this, I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, ooh, this is interesting. So when you're trying to identify someone that is very, very rich, but maybe they try to conceal things and they don't want you to know that they're very, very well off.
Define very, very rich. Man,
Good question.
I know many people that might be, a handful of millions millionaire. Or, I don't know any billionaires, but I don't think I do.
I'm just saying, listen, that people that are very, very wealthy, that you might not know they're wealthy, but these are some telltale signs. Are you ready for number one?
Sure.
They start sending rockets to the moon.
No.
Oh, that's a sign.
They buy Twitter for $40
Yeah,
billion.
they buy Twitter.
They buy
yes.
social media platforms.
Yes.
Yeah, so those are two signs right there.
And make you pay for your blue check.
If they send rockets or they buy social media platforms, chances are they're loaded.
Yes.
What else? You
I'm not dealing with Elon Musk here. By the way, that dude is erratic.
Don't talk about me like I'm not in the room.
All right.
I'm telling you right now, I am not buying anything from Elon Musk ever. I'm not paying $8 for my blue check mark, which was given to me because I was a verified radio personality back in 2011. I'm not paying for Twitter Blue. I'm not paying $8. If my blue check mark goes away, then so be it. All right. And also, the new deal, we brought this up earlier. Now Instagram is charging. Any Yahoo can get a blue check mark if you pay for it now on Instagram. I'm not paying for that one either. I'm not paying for it. All right, so here's the deal. People that are very wealthy, these are some signs that they're very, very wealthy, and a lot of people might overlook this. Number one, shunning designer clothes and logos. So a lot of very wealthy people that they steer away from like the big luxury items like Louis Vuitton or Gucci or the big logoed designer items.
And that makes sense because when you have those big logoed items, it's like you're wanting to tell people I have money. So these people with all this money are like, I don't really need to tell people.
And in fact, there was a story that I saw, and I don't know if you saw this, Roxanne, but there was an item that I saw over the weekend while, Michelle and I were out west, and the story was something to the effect, the end of the big designer logos. Did you see that story?
I did not. Tell me about it.
No, I got to dig it up.
Okay.
I sent it to myself. But let me finish up with this first. So 14 signs that someone is secretly very, very rich. The next one is a perfect smile and brilliantly white teeth. That could be a sign that they're very, very into their dental work and making sure that their teeth are like perfectly white and that the smile is perfect. Next, during discussions on money, they stay very, very quiet. So if somebody is very financially secure during a conversation about money, they tend to go quiet and not say anything. They let everyone else talk and they don't mention anything else. Or they'll deflect, maybe even they'll try to change the subject if they're asked questions about their own money or their own financial situation.
I know an anesthesiologist,
yeah.
Think about the biggest douchebag you've ever met.
Yeah.
This guy's a bigger douche.
Right, yeah. Worse.
And he brags about how much money he makes. And, it's not an amazing amount, but the dude.
No, the anesthesiologist.
Yeah. I mean, they make good money.
Listen, I know of.
But you wouldn't think. This guy.
In the past, I've known of successful anesthesiologists that are knocking on $1 million a year.
Yeah, but is the douchery overwhelming?
I mean, there's a ratio.
Do they brag about it?
The anesthesiologists that I've known were not Delta Bravos, as you put it.
Well, I know one, and he'll let you know exactly what he makes.
The last one I saw put me into a good, nice, what is it? Propofol?
What? Propofol.
That's it.
She's talking like she just got an injection.
Yeah. That would be propofol. That's a milk of amnesia.
Ooh,
that was
nice.
Michael Jackson's little sleeping aid.
Give me more, doctor.
All right, the next thing is using the phrase, we're comfortable. So
what
when
if you're
asked
sitting
about
in a-
money, they don't talk specifics. They say, yeah, we're comfortable. We're comfortable. That's it. Another sign for an outrageously wealthy person could be that they're driving an average car.
So it's backwards everything, really.
Well, you know what?
They're rich, but they live like they're.
I would say the really wealthy people I know, they don't drive an average car, but they're not driving like exotics. They're not driving Ferraris
They're not all Lambo'd out.
or Lambo'd out or whatever. Listen, you look at Warren Buffett. Didn't Warren Buffett drive like an old 35-year-old like Ford pickup truck or something?
So like that book, The Millionaire Next Door, you talk about the guy who owned everything and he drove like a Camry to work every day.
Another sign that someone is really wealthy, they keep their friendship circles very, very tight.
Oh, that's true.
It's a small circle. So someone that can be very wealthy, they don't have a massive friend group. It's kind of a small little circle of friends.
It's a quality friends.
Quality over quantity. I think that's a good point. Next, that their home decor is somewhat simple. I'll tell you what, I've seen some rich folks that have some of the gaudiest interior design I've ever seen in my life. Hey, listen, I could come up with a whole list, actually, but I don't want to out anyone. Here's another sign that somebody is very, very wealthy, but they're not terribly ostentatious about it. They, quote, casually partake in expensive hobbies. So they have hobbies, they're expensive, but they just kind of do it. It's kind of casual. Reddit, this is a whole Reddit discussion, a whole Reddit thread, and they claim you can tell if someone has a lot of money by the activities that they partake in. Many wealthy individuals like sailing, skiing, golfing.
Yes.
Does it mention sending rockets up to space?
It does not.
Oh, very casual.
All right, next, if they like caviar and escargot.
Oh.
That could be a sign that someone is just very, very wealthy.
They have refined taste.
Eating caviar and escargot. The next item is very wealthy people sort of avoid social media. They
I've seen
avoid a big social media footprint. So that's another sign. They had a good university degree, but maybe they didn't have the best of grades. That's another example.
I went to Harvard. I finished in the bottom 1%.
Yes. So those are just some signs. Just think about it and see if you know anyone that those things apply to. These subtle signs that someone is very, very rich and they kind of, keep a little quiet about things. And just a couple of little signs that maybe they have a lot more money than you think.
More money, more problems, just like the rap song, right, MJ?
More money, more problems.
I mean, I wouldn't know.
When we get back in minutes, by the way, this concludes an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ morning show. There is an inbred family that you've got to see the pictures of.
Oh, the Whiteheads or something?
No.
The Whitakers.
Okay, the Whitakers. Yeah.
Froggy introduced us to these people a while ago.
I showed you guys a video of the Whitakers like 6 months ago.
I know.
One guy's like,
Yeah.
Hang on.
They're back.
All right, do me a favor. Get the audio queued back up. The Whitakers are back.
Oh, I love the Whitakers.
Did we talk about it on the show?
No, he sent us it on the group text.
Yeah, that's what we didn't talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
But the Whitakers are making it. You've got to hear about this. This is crazy.
That's a little insight into our group text.
Do me a favor.
Pictures of inbred people.
Go work with Andrew during the break and pull some audio on the Whitakers. But the pictures are insane.
They're all inbred.
If you want to see this is crazy.
And one barks like a dog.
Exactly. they grunt and they grunt. They don't even speak. You think that the whole inbred thing is like a joke and it's like blown out of you got to see the Whitaker.
Who thinks it's a joke?
But is this real?
Yes.
I mean, I saw this. I'm like, oh my, is this real?
There's the YouTube page called Soft White Underbelly where he just interviews weird people.
Hang on a minute. We'll get to that next. Also, there is a cleaning detergent. There's a laundry detergent that you got to hear this story. There's a brand that was designed to be like the safest, best laundry detergent, and you're not going to believe what's going on. Oh, also an update on the chocolate factory explosion. Did you see what happened? Oh, my God. All right, hold on a minute. Oh, and did you see the marriage proposal go really bad at the Dodgers game? Ooh, that's just scratching the surface. Hang on. We're back in minutes on the MJ Morning Show. Can you guys wait to leave the studio? I'm not even done talking
know. I think
yet.
I'm going to get scolded.
My God, Froggy and Roxanne are out
She's
the
like,
door.
I need to get you outside. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
All right, Fesser's the only one sitting because, well, he's 350 pounds.
Sedentary lifestyle.
He needs a hoist to get him out of his chair. All right, hang on. All right, we're back. You can leave now. Yes, go.
All right, we're done. We're done.
Quick break. We're back in a minute here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Show. It is Q105. MJ with the crew here. I am back from my little long weekend. Yeah, we were off on Friday and Monday with delightful best of programs. Nothing but raves from the audience. Well, actually, I in all honesty, some people give me crap. It's like, oh, another day off. I mean, my God, I've taken what, like 9 days off so far this year.
Wow, that's a lot.
When you say it like that,
oh my God.
I took a week for spring break.
I mean, when you say it like that, it does sound like a lot. Look,
yeah,
no big deal. We're back.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, no biggie.
All right, first of all, before I get to the whole inbred Whitakers thing, and this is crazy, and even when I see the story and I see the video, I'm like, come on, are they putting us on? Is this real?
No, the guy tells the story, the whole story of how he found them.
I know. It's real. It's crazy. I'll get to that in a second. First, though, I think this is breaking news, and I think we ought to present it as such and really alert the audience. As we head into the Easter time season here, folks, can you name some of the candies or confectionery treats that are pretty big around Easter?
I'm sure.
Yes, Froggy, go ahead.
Oh, well, the biggest one, I think, is the Cadbury egg with a commercial every year for the last 50 years.
That is correct. That is a big item, but not the one I'm looking for.
Oh.
Are you looking for Robin's eggs? Because
those malted eggs are really good.
I will eat a whole milk carton of those.
Well, listen, I've discussed the Cadbury eggs. I find the Cadbury eggs, and I like Cadbury chocolate. However, I find the Cadbury eggs to be too sweet. It's just too much sweet sugar. And I like sugar. All right, Fester, would you like to take a guess? What particular candy item am I talking about that is the subject of breaking news?
I don't know. I was in Walmart over the weekend and I saw more flavors of Peeps than I ever thought.
Did you say Peeps?
That
would be correct.
They had Dr. Pepper flavored Peeps.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I know, right?
Hold on. Is that your picture?
I put it on MJ Morning Show.
Oh, my God.
On our Facebook page.
Did you know I was going to talk about Peeps?
No, but I was on, what day was the 30th? Whatever that was.
30th was Thursday.
Okay, so Thursday I was in Walmart and I was like, these look really good and really disgusting all at the same time. And
Dr. Pepper Peeps?
I know. I kind of want to try them.
I'm a peeper. You're a peeper.
Whoa.
Oh, they could do that.
Dr. Peeper.
Dr. Peeper.
Wouldn't you like to be a peeper too?
Exactly. I'm a peeper, you're a peeper, she's a peeper, he's a peeper. Wouldn't you like to be a peeper too, Dr. Peeper?
But if I told you they had 40 different flavors of Peeps.
I drink Dr. Peeper and I'm proud.
What?
I'm part of an original crowd.
Dear God, make them stop.
That's the jingle. Remember that?
What was it like? 10, 2, and 4 or something like that?
Well, that was even before that jingle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Peeps go back.
Well, this is the reason why I'm bringing up Peeps, and I had no idea that Fester took a picture of Dr. Pepper Peeps at Walmart last Thursday, but that just adds to the story. Peeps marshmallow candies contain known carcinogen.
What?
Oh, great.
My God.
Isn't carcinogen one of the elements in creating marshmallows?
So a carcinogen is something that causes
cancer.
Exactly. Multiple colors of Peeps marshmallow candies could cause cancer because they contain an artificial coloring called red dye number 3.
Oh, yeah. You have to stay away from that.
Isn't that the same thing that was like in M&M's years ago? Why there were no red M&M's for years.
I remember
years.
When I was a kid, back like in the mid-'70s, it was red dye number 2. So wait a minute, I thought red dye number 3 was supposed to take care of the whole cancer thing.
No. Red dye 3, much worse.
No, when I was a kid, there was a big scare on red dye number 2. And you're right. My memory seems to help me recollect that back in like the mid-'70s or late 70s, that M&Ms that were red were off the market. Suddenly, there were no red M&Ms in the bag. And my memory as a kid was that it contained red dye number 2, and red dye number 2 is going to give you cancer if you drank 37 55-gallon drums a day.
No one talks much about red dye number 1. Is that perfectly safe?
Yeah, whatever happened to red dye number 1?
I mean, why don't we just color the M&Ms with that?
That's what my grandmother used for her hair.
That's what the Whitakers had up in West Virginia. We'll get into that in a second. but now it's red dye number 3. But you know what's typically the case is that you have to consume so much of this carcinogen. It was like the whole saccharin scare.
Yeah.
I remember my grandmother used to drink Tab, and it was made with like saccharin. And it tasted like freaking poison. It tasted like you're drinking nail polish remover. I mean, seriously. But in many cases, remember with saccharin, then they found out later on that, oh, no, saccharin doesn't cause cancer. Or if it did, you have to drink or have 10,000 units a day of just some ridiculous quantity that they fed to the lab rats.
You know what? Well, okay. That was very eye-opening to me back in the day because they were saying saccharin kills you, it kills the lab rats. I had 2 mice, Ruby and Coco. They both died of tumors, and I never gave them any sort of saccharin in their diet. So I think that these mice that they test up on might be prone.
Poor dogs. Or
Mice.
No, mice. They don't do cancer tests on dogs.
Ruby got a big one on her hip, and Coco had one in her neck, and that's ultimately why they perished.
And all she did was force cigarettes on them.
Thanks for bringing us down.
Yeah, I was sad.
Yeah, really. All right, so here's the deal. According to Consumer Reports, they flagged 9 different Peeps and other candies manufactured by Just Born Quality Confections of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, as containing this problematic red dye number 3, including the pink and lavender Peeps, along with hot tamales candy and wild berry marshmallow bunnies.
Oh, I love hot tamales.
The Food and Drug Administration banned the use of red dye number 3 in cosmetics in 1990, but allows it in certain foods. Wait, they took red dye number 3 out of lipstick, but you're able to eat it?
It's in a bunch of candies. I think it's used in medicines and baked goods.
My God, I wonder if the Robitussin has red dye number 3 in it.
It'll clear your cough, but it'll give you cancer.
No, it won't clear your cough. Cough medicine, cough syrup's a racket.
Yeah, what are you doing?
We just talk here. Just making a joke. I'm not trying to get into a cough syrup debate with Mr.
So just a heads up that the Peeps, they've got a couple of colors that could cause some cancer. But you probably need to eat like 8 tons of it.
Some fat kid in Arkansas eat 8 tons of it, and before you know it, he's dead.
One other candy story, then I'll move on to the Whitakers. Did you see that a woman, this is crazy. We talked about this last week. We even put the video up on our website. And we put the video of the chocolate factory explosion up, right, on mjmorningshow.com? I think we did because we talked about it. But
we had the video of a traffic camera from a TV station, and it was right in front of it.
Yeah, it was a weather cam.
Yeah, okay.
It was Fox 29 from Philadelphia. And the chocolate factory exploded out in Reading, Pennsylvania, like 60 miles outside of Philly. And when I saw that video, I'm like, I don't need to be like some kind of a NTSB investigator over here. I'll tell you exactly what happened. That's a gas explosion. When that building blows up like that, and I said this last week, I'm like, you don't have to be an investigator. You don't need to be trained. You don't need to be a pro.
You just have to have eyes.
Just look at this thing. That's an absolute natural gas explosion. And now they're saying, well, it's looking like a natural gas explosion. Duh! But here's the update. A woman survived. She was on a floor above. The floor collapsed, and she got dumped into a vat of chocolate. Like some kind of crazy Willy Wonka deal. And the lady survived, they say, because she fell into a vat. A woman was pulled alive from the rubble of the Pennsylvania chocolate factory after the explosion killed 7 coworkers. Flames engulfed the building. Her arm was actually on fire. The floor gave way beneath her, and they're saying that she might have perished, but she fell right into a vat of liquid chocolate. And the dark chocolate in the vat extinguished her burning arm because her clothes were on fire. And if she hadn't fallen into the vat, she might have not survived.
And dark chocolate is good for you anyway.
It is.
Well, there are better health benefits to dark chocolate than milk chocolate, yeah.
For sure.
But it wouldn't matter which chocolate as long as you were submerged in it.
She would spend the next 9 hours screaming for help and waiting for fire and rescue. As they're trying to put out the fire, insane. She said, when I began to burn, I thought it was the end of me. The woman's name is Patricia Borges, 50 years old. She told the Associated Press in an exclusive interview from her hospital bed at the hospital in West Reading, Pennsylvania, just minutes from the chocolate factory where she worked as a machine operator. And she claims that the floor gave way. It was a March 24th blast at the R.M. Palmer Company, and they're famous for making just tons of hollow chocolate Easter bunnies for Easter time.
Yeah, this is their time of the year right now.
Oh, yeah.
Palmer chocolates are everywhere.
I gotta believe that most of the chocolate, it was already shipped because this happened, just a couple of weeks before Easter.
So was she treading chocolate? Like, depending upon how deep it was, you would have to.
Well, she was in the vat.
Right.
So you're saying like treading water?
Yeah.
She was treading chocolate?
She was treading
like
chocolate.
doing a doggy paddle?
Or maybe
well, you would have to.
If it was like 3 foot deep vat, she'd be like a hot tub of chocolate.
Yeah.
She was just sitting down chilling.
Yep.
This
and
is
how many showers do you have to take or baths do you have to take until the chocolate is completely gone from your body? Like, it'd still be under your fingernails and...
Yeah, right? You still have the smell of chocolate.
Yeah.
That is absolutely insane.
Boy, when they say protective candy coating, they mean it.
This woman fell into a vat of chocolate, and it put the fire out on her arm, and ultimately, they say it saved her life with this whole building collapse. That is insane. All right, on to the Whitakers. Now, Froggy, you're saying that you brought them up 6 months ago?
Yeah, I mean, I sent it to you guys, and I was like, check out this family. It's crazy. And nobody got back to me. But
Well, I don't recall that.
Oh, okay. Well,
I responded to it.
Occasionally on our group text, we send stupid videos that would never make it to air, and just sometimes we don't even all reply back to them. Roxanne does politely reply back to everything.
I reply to every
Thank you,
subject
Roxanne.
matter that people toss out there.
There is a photographer, a documentarian by the name of Mark Leda, 63-year-old dude. And he apparently has documented this Whitaker family up in West Virginia. And it's actually called Odd, West Virginia. That's the name of the damn little town here. 779 people, but there's a family called the Whitakers, and it is said that they are the most inbred family in America.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
they are.
Folks, you've got to see these people. It's unbelievable. Now, some of them grunt and bark, and they don't communicate with words.
I think a couple of them didn't really communicate, but there's a bunch of dogs in their house, and so they bark all the time. And I think one of them just picked that up and uses that as a communication method, so he barks the whole time. And they're filthy.
All right, so
Roxanne, have you seen?
Yeah, because
they have eyeballs
creepy.
that go like in the completely opposite direction. And when you think of somebody having like physical issues because they're totally like inbred generation after generation, we've heard the stories, but now you can see the actual results here, and it is crazy.
I don't want to come off as like we're making
Well,
fun
exactly.
of these people.
Well, that guy gives them money and takes care of them, and they always seem to use the money to fix stuff.
You guys all look healthy. What's going on? You guys had dinner yet?
Huh?
Have you had dinner yet?
No,
What are you guys going to do for dinner tonight?
I have no idea.
What do you guys normally do? Typically, like when I've been here, but in the past, I see Ray grab a loaf of bread and some like sliced meat, and he makes a little sandwich.
Oh, what?
This isn't a good
Bologna or
Yeah, bologna or whatever, something like that.
Okay.
So, Andrew, did you pull like the grunting?
I had Andrew pull the grunting.
All right, Andrew, go ahead and run some of the grunting here.
What are your names?
Ray, Lori, Tim.
I'm sorry. Who's this?
His name's Ray.
Ray. I remember Ray. I photographed you, Ray. Do you remember? Years ago.
You hear the guy grunting?
And your name is?
Lorraine.
Lorraine. And Timmy.
Yeah.
Now, you guys grew up here in Odd, West Virginia. How many years have you lived here?
All her life. All my life.
You're.
That's a guy
You
grunting.
guys, did you go to school? You did? Some of your brothers and sisters probably didn't go to school, or how much schooling did they get?
They didn't went to school long. But
I don't know what she's saying. Now,
dude, it's crazy.
We're going to post a story. Hey, Andrew, the story that I saw was from the New York Post over the weekend. It's Meet the Whitakers inside America's most inbred family that speaks in grunts. Now, again, I don't want to make fun of this because that's not what I don't want to make, but this is like the quintessential inbred reveal.
Every stereotype that you're thinking of when I say inbred people from West Virginia, everything that instantly comes to your mind, whether it's mean or not,
but it's almost over the top.
Innocent.
It's almost like they brought in like special effects pros to make them look inbred, but they didn't. And this apparently is the result of generations of the family doing each other.
Yeah, and so how close could you reiterate again? I mean, it's not cousins, it's also siblings, it's all
apparently so.
No, they're all brother and sister.
Brother and sister, okay.
Yes, also on YouTube, which has everything, there's a very detailed family tree, and there's one branch, and that's it. It's like a twig.
But they all have like contorted faces and one eyeball
Wonky eyes.
Oh, the eyes are going in the completely opposite direction. and then who's the one that grunts like that?
Oh, was that Ray?
Yeah, that's.
I don't know if it's Ray.
If you watch a little further, maybe 15 minutes down, the guy starts walking around with the grunting one, and he just pulls it out and goes to the bathroom right there in front of him.
Are you serious?
Like a dog.
Oh, dude,
Like,
I'll do that.
he's like, oh, you got to go to the bathroom already? He's like,
oh my gosh.
It's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
If you haven't seen this family, you've got to see this family. Just go to mjmorningshow.com and we'll have this posted shortly in stories mentioned on the MJ Morning Show.
All right. I will say the recliner that Grandma is sitting in does look more comfortable than my recliner. Look how
I don't think Grandma has gotten out of that recliner in about 35 years.
If I had a recliner that comfortable, neither would I.
Oh, get out of here. All right, we'll have this on mjmorningshow.com in minutes in stories mentioned on the MJ Morning Show. And you just got to take a look at these pictures. Everything you imagine, it's worse. All the stereotypes, all of the images of like backwoods, back hills, West Virginia inbreds.
The hills have eyes, literally.
Yeah.
Wonky eyes.
Yes, they do. So we'll have it up on the website, mjmorningshow.com, in just a few minutes. Hey, speaking of the website and speaking of my Instagram, already thousands and thousands of views of the MJ and Michelle Gwyneth Paltrow ski accident reenactment. Now, Michelle and I were out in Vail over the weekend, and we said, hey, last week, I said, hey, I'm going to take a couple days off. Michelle and I it was a working vacation. I get to write the whole thing off. Shot a 31-second video. I write the whole damn thing off.
That's content.
It's content for the MJ Morning Show. So we went out to Vail specifically to recreate the Gwyneth Paltrow ski accident. So if you want to see me playing the optometrist and Michelle plays Gwyneth, if you want to see me crash into Gwyneth Paltrow, you can go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. And while you're there, give me a follow. Certified MJ Radio. It's the top item. It's a 31-second reenactment of me crashing into Gwyneth Paltrow. And Michelle did an excellent job. And I did a wonderful job as the optometrist who Gwyneth says creeped up on her and stuck his skis between her legs. I mean, it's a whole thing.
Michelle was more the actress, and you were more the stunt guy.
Maybe so.
Stunt work in there.
Yeah, maybe so. So here's the audio. This is what it sounded like. Oh, man, that's Gwyneth Paltrow. I need to get some goop. Gwyneth, I need some goop. Goop. Come on, Gwyneth. Slow down, Gwyneth. I need some goop. I'm going to slide right in between her skis over here. Oh, my God. Holy crap. Oh. That was the collision. Oh, Gwyneth, give me some goop. Give me some goop, Gwyneth.
Wow.
That is just-
Did you start clapping for yourself?
That's it. I am clapping right now because that is an award. You know what? It almost brings tears to my eyes on what method acting this was.
Yeah.
So if you want to see the whole Gwyneth Paltrow ski collision reenacted, it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Take a look, top item, and then also give me a follow. Or if you're not on the IG thing, it's posted on our website. Go to mjmorningshow.com and just look for the headline, Gwyneth Paltrow ski reenactment. So mjmorningshow.com. You can see it there as well. Just click away.
So I noticed that you directly tagged Gwyneth in your description. Has she replied?
She has not.
Oh, wow. What's taking so
I don't think
long?
she's blocked me yet either.
Oh, okay, well, that's not bad.
But
Yeah.
I did put, we recreated the Gwyneth Paltrow ski, and I put her little @ sign because she's at. I even tagged Goop as well. Her company. You think I'll get a response?
Maybe from the company. Never contact us again.
All right, so go check out. I've never used the Goop product. Have you, Roxanne?
No, I have not. I've perused
Isn't it
the
women's
site.
stuff?
It's all kinds of kooky stuff. They have some really cool
She had
technological things.
She had
like
the female
candle smell.
Yeah, she had the female sex organ candle thing.
I'll light them up. I got no problem with that.
Yeah. So that's the Gwyneth Paltrow deal. Now, moving right along. Have you heard of this laundry? Michelle's Michelle had an hour and a half long conversation with me about this. You know what? Let me get Michelle on the phone. Hold on. This is crazy. Michelle was fast. I'm at dinner with Michelle, and she's talking about this laundry detergent for an hour and 20 minutes. The whole meal. Michelle's fascinated with this thing. Hang on, let me get on the line. All right, calling Michelle. The bedside phone ought to be ring-a-ling-a-linging right now. Oh, is she working out?
I don't know.
Oh, thank you, Andrew. Today's
Tuesday.
Yeah, today's Tuesday. I think she's got a workout. Oh, yeah, I think she's on her way to her workout. Hold on a minute. Let me dial the cell phone. If not, I'll just tell the story. Let me call the cell phone. Thank you, Andrew. Andrew knows my wife's workout schedule more than I know my wife's workout schedule.
That's creepy.
You think
I'm just
so?
asking, I mean, no disrespect, Andrew, but it's creepy.
Hey, Michelle?
No, she's not answering.
Oh, why? It almost sounded like I heard something. Yeah, she might be answering. But Michelle is upset. I mean, she's never used the product, but she was fascinated with what went down.
What's the name of it?
It's
called The Laundress. Are you aware of this?
I got to tell you, I have this one friend of mine, and
Does she use this?
I don't know, but she let me borrow some pajamas. This is like a month or 2 months ago,
Yeah.
and I loved how they smelled so much. I refuse to wash them, and I just keep them in my suitcase to make my other stuff smell.
Wait, and you're not giving her? She lent you the pajamas?
Yeah.
And you're not giving them back?
No, she doesn't care. I'll keep them. She doesn't care. No, she gave them to me like, have them. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I typed in laundress into Google, and the only thing that comes up are lawyers.
Someone. Oh, look at this. Someone is sponsoring the first item. The Laundress Lawyers.
Is there a recall?
There is. That's what's fascinating about this story. Let me tell the story. I was going to have Michelle tell it. So this is crazy. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, they're recalling another batch of the Laundress fabric conditioners because they may contain a carcinogen, and people are also breaking out in rashes and having problems. A new notice went out on Friday covering 800,000 bottles of the Laundress. These are New York fabric conditioners with white labeling on the front. A couple of sizes, 1 gallon and 1 pound, 33 ounces, 16 ounces, 2 ounces, and 15 milliliters.
It sounds like everything they offer.
But this is what's crazy. 2 ladies started this company back in the early 2000s. Then, a few years back, they sold the company to Procter & Gamble for like $125 million or something.
Jeez.
And then this is like the second recall, and people apparently have been getting sick. Listen to this. I have broken out all over my body. Just Hive says Phoebe Lemke, 23. This is back in September. And she was showing off her arms and face. And she believed that she had accidentally purchased an online dupe and not the real laundress. But then stories started coming out about other people all over the country that were having all kinds of skin problems. And they're coming down with rashes and they're breaking out. And it's crazy.
All right, so this recall goes back 10 years.
Really?
The recalled products were sold between 2011 and November of 2022.
Well, hang on a minute.
Huh?
All right, but the problems just happened in the last, couple of years, though. And then the latest recall is just last week. Now, it was my understanding, what Michelle had told me, is that the problems only started popping up after the women had sold this laundress company to Procter & Gamble, to P&G. I'm sorry, not Procter & Gamble. Unilever. My bad. I was thinking something else.
Yeah, let's not mess up multi-billion-dollar conglomerates.
Thank you. It's not P&G. It's Unilever,
which owns a billion different brands.
Yeah,
they have a lot of things under Unilever's umbrella.
Again, Unilever. Unilever owns I think Ben & Jerry's. Didn't Unilever also buy Talenti? By the way, Talenti, that gelato, it's absolutely not the same as it used to be when the company in Texas was selling Talenti. It is not the same product.
But that's what these major companies do.
I know.
They buy a brand.
And then they figure out how to make it cheaper.
Yeah.
And, the quality tends to go down. But this is nuts. So Unilever, whatever's happened here, the brand is getting sunk. I wonder if we have any people that have experienced any problems. Just out of curiosity, is anyone listening that uses this laundress soap or detergents, and have you had a problem? And did you know about the recall? Oh, Unilever makes Axe body spray. Unilever makes Hellman's mayonnaise.
Sometimes they make them together. I like Axe Hellman spray.
All right. If anyone has used this laundress line of products, soaps and detergents, I'd like to hear if you had a problem. Because it's major class action lawsuits. When you search this company, the Fester just found the first item that comes up is a law firm that's suing them on behalf of people in the class. All right, 800-990-1047. Just curious if anyone has used this and if there's any kind of an issue. Roxanne, you getting any text on this thing?
No, not so far, but I'm just thinking, laundry products in general can be pretty toxic because one time I let my teeth bleachers sit near a bounce dryer sheet and then I put them in my mouth.
What?
And not realizing that they had been near the bounce dryer sheet, and I got a really bad headache, and I think I poisoned myself with chemicals from the dryer sheet.
Well, hold on. Mm-hmm. Were your whitening strips sitting on the dryer sheets?
Don't ask. They were. I think they were wrapped in them or something.
Oh, but you wrapped your teeth whitening strips in bounce dryer sheets?
It's like the worst thing to wrap your teeth.
What the hell?
It was a mistake, obviously.
What if you threw your teeth whiteners in the laundry? Would it just brighten your whites?
If anyone has any experience with this product, I'd love to, hear. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. All right, when we get back, we'll take calls if any come in. Also, a wedding proposal that went really, really bad. I mean, major league, like L.A. Dodgers bad. I mean, it looks like something out of a movie. It looks like something out of like Happy Gilmore or something. It is insane. Hold on. Next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, don't move. Now, if you are looking for window and door replacements, there is only one company in the Tampa Bay area that's number one. The biggest number one window and door replacement company in town is WeatherTight Windows. WeatherTight Mike, you've seen them on TV. You've seen, the cookies. Hey, don't forget the cookies. When it comes to window and door replacements, WeatherTight Windows installs these PGT WindGuard windows. They are designed for our Florida climate. If you have a home, an apartment, a high-rise, a condo, even a manufactured home, if you need window and door replacements, whether they just look awful, they're failing, whether you're looking for better energy efficiency, this is where WeatherTight Mike and WeatherTight Windows enters the picture. Year after year, WeatherTight Windows named best in Tampa Bay. WeatherTight Mike has done every aspect of the business. He's done sales. He's done service. He's done installation. That's the kind of guy, that's the kind of owner of a company that you want. They're in the trenches on everything. Number one for a reason. Right now, you can receive a $100 rebate per window, a $200 rebate per door panel. For your window and door replacements, folks, it's WeatherTight Windows. WeatherTightWindows.com. That's WeatherTightWindows.com. You can phone them up, 813-908-0131, or online, WeatherTightWindows.com, and tell them that MJ sent you. Traffic's on 926. Let's grab the last report from Pat this morning, and then we're back in minutes. I think we got a... Hey, Andrew, is that a laundress call on hold? All right, hey, get their number so they don't hang up. Back in a minute, folks.
Well, here we go. That Veterans, the lanes are all open, but it's still heavy anywhere from Gun Highway all the way down to 275 where you enter for Memorial, but at least the lanes are open for you. Still heavy on the interstate in Pinellas, and still a little bit busy on I-4, 75, and 275 in parts. But no big delays as far as an accident goes. Keeping you updated, I'm Pat George.
From the Rubenstein Law Traffic Center.
License CAC 058062.
Ask Bayonet Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning about that new tax credit for air conditioners up to $2,000. Plus get 0% interest for the first 15 months. Call Bayonet Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
When it comes to beating cancer, your first choice is your best chance. That's why...
Morning Show on Q105, 935, MJ and the crew here. And if you're just tuning in, if you missed the last segment, one of the items we talked about was this laundress, fabric conditioners and detergents. And there's like this major recall because people are getting sick. And it's supposed to be a product that's supposed to be better for you and healthier for you. But people have had like violent reactions. And there's a recall. And it was run by two women that started the company, but then some years ago they sold out to Unilever for like tens and tens of millions of dollars. I think it was over $100 million. They sold the company, and now there's this major problem, major recall. You've got lawyers that are suing on behalf of clients that claim they were damaged by the detergent. It's a crazy story. My wife, Michelle, just totally fascinated by this story. Kennel is phoning in. And, folks, if you have any issue, if you've used this laundress product, and if you've had a problem, I'd love to hear your story. 800-990-1047, 800-990-1047. Oh, and the product was sold online, but also, like, fancy schmancy department stores would sell this. Like, I think, like, Saks and like Bergdorf Goodman. And
that's where I saw it. I saw it before. But I knew it wasn't like it, Sam's Club, where I get my rest of my laundry detergent.
Hold on, you didn't see it at Sam's Club?
No, I knew I did. I didn't see it at Publix. I didn't see it at Sam's Club. I didn't see it at the stores that I tend to shop at. But I've seen it before, and I think I saw it at Saks Fifth Avenue.
Hey, Kennel, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, MJ. Hey, Froggy. Hi, Fester. Hi, Roxanne.
Hi.
Hey, Kennel.
Good morning. All right, so what's the deal?
So I luckily haven't had any of the issues that have been reported with the laundress products. And I told Andrew that I've been actually using it for a couple of years. It's actually been longer than that. I've been using their products since 2016, actually. And I wasn't aware that they had sold to Unilever back in 2019 or 2020.
Yeah, it was fairly recent that the ladies sold the company.
Yes. So, but the recall, the original recall, it actually started beginning of December. That it started with just their detergent, and then they, like, about a week or so before Christmas, they expanded to all of their products.
Right. Yeah, I was trying to get my wife on the phone, but I think she's doing her Tuesday workout. But same deal. My wife was telling me the story, and she has all the facts because she like zeroed in on the story, and she was like just fascinated with how something that was touted as so good, how things could go so wrong and go south.
Exactly. The recall started because there was supposed to be like a minuscule amount of bacteria over what the regulations allow, and they said that we take pride in our products, and we are doing a voluntary recall. So they had it to select a number of products, and then within 2 or 3 weeks, they expanded that recall to all of their products.
Yeah, so I'm reminded now what you're saying, because my wife, again, we went to dinner on Friday night, and she's like telling me this whole story, and somehow, you're right, bacteria got introduced, but I'm trying to figure this out. What kind of bacteria? And it's laundry detergent. It's
supposed to wash it away.
But if it's in a washing machine, I mean, wouldn't the bacteria be destroyed or be washed down the drain? I mean, it's such a bizarre story to me. But Kennel, you're telling me that you've had none of the issues, rashes, symptoms?
No. So I never used the conditioner. I've only ever had their detergents, their bleach alternative, and their vinegar cleaner.
Ew.
Those are the only products, and the baby detergent as well. Now, I've still been using whatever products I have left, but I haven't come across any issue.
Well, that's
whatsoever. And they actually sent me, because I submitted for the recall, they actually sent me money for my last order that I'd put in with them.
Very interesting. I'm going to try to call Michelle one more time before we end the show. But, Kennel, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you.
Thanks, Kennel.
But I wonder, does the brand recover? And again, it was touted as this high-end, ultra-safe brand. And then it's like they've wrecked the goodwill of the brand. And can they recover from this thing? So, Kennel, thanks for listening. I do appreciate it.
Well, does it do whatever it's supposed to do otherwise?
I think it did do it. Hey, and Froggy, when
Yes,
she
sir.
said vinegar products, you went, ugh.
I hate the smell of like vinegar mop
Oh,
or
I know,
vinegar
it's so
cleaning
nasty.
stuff.
But, hey, Michelle swears
Smells like
by
dirty
it.
feet.
No, but Michelle, vinegar is one of the best cleansers you can use.
Yeah, my cleaning lady
And,
uses it. I'm
dude,
about to fire her.
Dude, it's chemical free. It's
Oh.
much
I
it's
know.
much safer and healthier for you to clean your place
It
with
is.
vinegar.
Yeah, but
it
it
stinks.
smells gross. Makes me want to gag. I want a clean, fresh smell.
Yeah, like the smell of vinegar.
Like lemon.
Like your grandpa just made a salad. Have a salad.
You smell like a salad.
Come on with vinegar.
No, hey, my wife swears by the vinegar, and she uses it in the house. You know, you might have an initial vinegar scent, but then it goes away,
Then you get used to it.
and it's just much better for you.
No, you get used to it, and then people come over.
You
that
don't have all
know
kinds
you
of
smell.
deadly chemicals and all kinds of nastiness. You know, the vinegar is just it's a positive cleaner, is what it is. Yeah, she's not picking up. She must be in the middle of a workout. But man, she's obsessed with this laundress recall, and we've never used the product, so we've never used the laundress. But it's just
What? You don't buy your detergents at Saks Fifth Avenue?
No, we do not.
No,
we do not. But I'll tell you what. Is that Michelle? Hang on a minute.
Right.
I think Michelle's calling in. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, I forgot it's your workout day.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Hey, we were just talking about the laundress.
Yes.
And like you talked to me about this laundress for like an hour during dinner on Friday night.
Yes.
And we just had a listener call in, and she's been using their what'd she say? Their
one of the soaps.
yeah,
Detergent.
she used the detergent,
But not the conditioner.
And the listener said that they didn't have a problem. But you know what? Fester went online, and some of the first search results that pop up now are lawyers that are suing on behalf of victims.
Well, it's a good thing it happened when Unilever owns it and not those two ladies, huh?
Yeah. So, I mean, I know you're fascinated by the story, but, you know, what we don't understand is it's some kind of bacteria thing. But if you're washing your clothes in soap, why wouldn't the bacteria be, like, killed in the hot water in the washing machine? Or why wouldn't it be flushed down the drain when the spin cycle's over?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but there's something in the product itself that just sticks with the stuff you're washing because it sticks on the sheets.
That's just bizarre. And then Froggy, by the way, poo-pooed the use of vinegar to clean, like, household surfaces.
Oh, that's the best. Well, you can't put it on everything. I don't think you could put it on stone or like marble, things of that nature. But for wood products, it's the best. If your kids ever like leave a lollipop, you know, on the wood floor and it gets all, you know, stuck on there, vinegar is the best. Gets it right up.
I heard peanut butter works good.
So I can't use it on my granite countertops, the thing I wipe down more than anything. But it's
No,
great.
but you can use straight up alcohol for that.
I use crud cutter on everything.
Hi, Michelle. How was your workout?
Tough. Guess what?
Yeah,
I got an award.
We awarded you something. Well, you may or may not know, but your acting is superb.
Oh, Michelle, the reviews are in. The Gwyneth Paltrow ski accident reenactment that you and I did at Vail on Sunday. The reviews are in, and it is a brilliant reenactment, folks. Michelle and I, we reenacted Gwyneth Paltrow. Of course, Gwyneth played by Michelle. I was the optometrist crashing into Gwyneth on the ski slope. We actually did a reenactment, and Michelle's Gwyneth Paltrow acting is phenomenal. If you haven't seen the video, it's 31 seconds. I crash into Michelle on the ski slopes in Vail, and she starts berating me, calling me what do you say? I'm a
friggin' creep.
A friggin' creep.
Friggin' creep.
I tried to spoon you. Yeah. All right. So, folks, if you haven't seen the video, just check it out. It's on my Instagram. It's Certified MJ Radio. You can see the reenactment, Certified MJ Radio. And if you like it, hey, give me a follow. If you don't follow my account, follow Certified MJ Radio on IG. And then it's also accessible at mjmorningshow.com. That's mjmorningshow.com. And it's a main post. Just look for the headline, Gwyneth Paltrow video. But Michelle.
But I got another award today.
I knew about this. I didn't say anything.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because they had it on display when I showed up to work out last night. Yeah, so Michelle, what'd you get?
Warrior of the Month.
Michelle is Warrior of the Month.
At Triple X, where do you guys work out?
It's not Triple X
rated?
It's X Force.
Well, we also did a Triple X Roxanne.
Yeah, so it's X Force.
It's not Triple X. Okay.
Listen, I love this workout. And it's bringing back my muscle definition. These are like 30-minute intense workouts that focus on the negative, on the resistance. And the results are really good for me so far. I've only been doing it for a little over a month. And, it's called X Force. And there's one on Kennedy in South Tampa, right next to like Metro Diner and La Segunda in that shopping center, or they have one up in Palm Harbor. But Michelle and I are both. Michelle started first, and then she got me involved, and now Michelle's the Warrior of the Month.
Yep.
Jeez.
Positive attitude, consistency,
Congratulations.
and worked hard.
Oh, and you're doing a great Gwyneth Paltrow. I mean, what more can I ask of Michelle?
Well,
Stop spooning me.
Stop. All right, Michelle, see you in a bit.
Clean the house.
All right, bye.
Congratulations. What are you mumbling under your
What
breath?
more can you
over there?
ask from Michelle? I mean,
You're
she's
mumbling.
Sitting here, she's sitting here. Oh, you can't use it on stone. Like, well, the surfaces in the house, the countertops are stone, the tile floor.
Before we get out of here today, a couple of things. Did you see the video of the Dodger fan proposing during the 7th inning stretch and getting pummeled by security?
Dude, that guy must have had a serious head injury.
Oh, my God. It looks like it's almost like a fake video. That's how hard the security guard rammed this guy.
Why'd they do that?
Well,
he's on the field during
he's
a game.
on the field
Okay, I haven't seen the video. I don't know.
The dude's name is Ricardo Juarez, and he was apparently proposing to his girlfriend or trying to make him, fiance. Ramona Saavedra was up in the stands. He's out on the field. He jumps over out of the stands during the 7th inning stretch on Thursday night's Dodgers game out in L.A., and security just nails the guy. Look at this. The video's insane. Go back. Watch this. Boom!
Yeah, he's on one. Yeah, as he should. You don't enter the field.
Exactly. He's on bended knee looking at his girlfriend up in the stands, and security just pummels him like a linebacker.
That was a head-to-head shot. That's a penalty.
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable. Boom!
Okay.
It's like he got hit by a bus.
His hat went backwards.
Yeah, doesn't this guy know you don't go on the field?
Well, that's the point.
But it's a special moment.
Yeah, this is a special moment. They'll never forget this.
He'll forget everything.
My God, yeah, he might have a head injury with memory loss after this. You're right.
Who want to do?
Whoa.
The best part of this whole video is the reaction of the player, the outfielder. His hands is like, no!
Oh, man.
All right, so the video's up at videos mentioned at mjmorningshow.com or something like that?
That is a wedding proposal they will never, ever forget. It is unbelievable. We ought to put this up on videos mentioned. It's up. So videos, if you go to mjmorningshow.com, in videos mentioned, we have this as well. And see the guy get pummeled during a wedding proposal. But yeah, don't be a jackwagon. You don't go on the field during a Major League Baseball game. Or else that could happen to you.
Hey, MJ, I want to talk about something tomorrow that I saw on your IG that caught my wandering eye.
What is that?
Something that you saw on the slopes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the helmet lady?
Yes.
That's a pretty cool helmet.
Yeah. We got to get into that.
Is that effective? Would that actually protect her brain? Because she looks like a party.
I don't know. But let me mark this down so we don't forget.
If you wear that thing to an aquarium, the fish will smash into the glass.
All
right, so Roxanne has the helmet questions, and we'll get into that tomorrow. Anything else, guys, before we go?
That's it.
No, I have about a 10-minute poem I want to say.
All right, fantastic. All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow, folks. MJMorningshow.com is loaded. And, of course, if you want to see the Gwyneth Paltrow reenactment video, it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and it's also posted on MJMorningshow.com. Folks, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, and let's be careful out there.